Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, it is Game 7 featuring the Hanshin Tigers and the Oryx Buffaloes. This is for all the marbles in the Nippon series. And we are going to give you first the starting lineups from the visitors. The Hanshin Tigers leading off and playing in center field wearing number 5 is Koji Chikamoto. Batting second and playing second base is number 51, Takumu Nakano. Hitting third and playing in right field is number 1, Shota Morishita. And the cleanup spot and playing first base is number 3, Yosuke Oyama. Batting fifth and left field wearing number 7 is Sheldon Noisy. Hitting in the sixth spot, doing the designated hitting tonight, a surprise spot in the lineup, number 94, Fumihiro Haraguchi. Batting seventh and playing third base wearing number 8 is Teruaki Sato. Batting eighth and playing shortstop wearing number 0 is Seiya Kanami. And batting ninth and doing the catching wearing number 12 is Seishiro Sakamoto. And they are going to be facing Hiroya Miyagi, who has been absolutely outstanding in the playoffs. He's got 2 wins and no losses. He's worked 12 innings. He's allowed 8 hits, no runs. He's walked 1, struck out 9, and he's got an ERA of 0. So Miyagi takes to the hill tonight for the Buffaloes, trying to keep the Tigers in check. And now your starting lineup for the home team for the Oryx Buffaloes. Leading off in center field wearing number 67 is Kai Nakagawa. Hitting second and playing third base wearing number 6 is Yuma Mune. In the third spot and playing shortstop is number 24, Kotaro Kobayashi. Batting in the cleanup spot and doing the catching is number 4, Tomoya Mori. Batting fifth first base wearing number 44 is Yuma Tongu. Batting sixth at second base wearing number 8 is Marwin Gonzalez. Batting seventh and doing the designated hitting is number 99, Yataro Sugimoto. Hitting eighth in right field wearing number 9 is Tomoya Deguchi. And batting ninth in left field wearing number 1 is Shuhei Fukuda. And they are going to be facing, it's going to be Koyo Aoyagi taking to the mound. He has not pitched an inning in the playoffs this year. He had himself a decent back end of the season. He was the Central League Pitcher of the Year in 2022. He was 8-6 in the regular season. He'd worked 103rd innings. He'd allowed 102 hits, 54 runs, 54 of which were earned. He'd walked 38 and struck out 64, but he had an ERA of 4.57. Well, those are your starting lineups. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the keys to success for both of these teams tonight. We're glad you guys could jump in here with us on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred with Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you the keys to success for tonight's ball game. We had offered them up last night, and we've got 3 for each team here tonight. We'll start with the Hanshin Tigers. We feel that if the Tigers are going to win tonight, the starter Koyo Aoyagi is going to have to pitch like it's 2022. I was a little surprised last night when I noted that he was going to be the starter for this one, not because of his ability. He hasn't seen action in quite a while, so he is going to get the nod here in Game 7 tonight. We'll see how he fares in this one. The second part of this success has been something we've been harping on over the last few games. The middle of the order for the Tigers has to produce, and they have struggled immensely. Last night, Sheldon Noisy hit a home run, and he accounted for the only run of the ball game, but certainly the other hitters in that part of the order, being Shota Morishita and Yosuke Oyama, have to be able to get things going. Those two there, Morishita 7 for 35 in the playoffs, Oyama 5 for 33. not able to drive in the runs as needed when Chikamoto, Nakano, and even the bottom of the order with regards to Kanami getting on base. So they have made a couple of changes, and they've dropped Sato right down into the 7 spot. So hopefully that might unlock him to see a few more fastballs in that situation, but he is no longer in that heart of the batting order. And then the last one is the defense has to play error-free once again tonight. And that is something that the Tigers have not done through the series, as they have committed a number of errors. And last night they did play well, but they're going to have to play well defensively here on the carpet tonight against the Buffaloes. Well, that's your keys for the Tigers tonight. Now your keys to the victory or possible victory for the Buffaloes. Number one is their power has got to continue to play out. Last night they hit 2 homers. It was Kobayashi and Umatongu. They've hit 4 in the 6 games in the finals entering tonight's ball game. They also hit 2 in the climax series, so 6 in the playoffs so far. Miyagi's going to have to pitch to contact, and he's going to have to miss barrels, so he's got to keep the hitters off balance. That's the second key to the victory for the Buffaloes. And then last night we talked about Kai Nakagawa setting the table, and he did that last night for the Buffaloes. Well, tonight, I think it's important that Nakagawa and Mune get on base, the 1-2 hitters in the batting order. That's going to allow the heart of the order to bang those ones home if they can get themselves into a position where they got some ducks on the pond. Well, those are our keys to the game tonight. Our first pitch is coming around in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for being here with us on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. It is Tigers Buffaloes when we return in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are about ready to get this one underway here in just a couple moments, as it is going to be the Buffaloes and the Tigers for all the marbles here. It is our friend Troll says we want to take a moment to thank us for a great season. We appreciate you guys all for listening in. It wouldn't be great without you guys here to be along with us, as that is where it is fun to be able to do, and we can call it and enjoy the game with everybody who comes and listens. So we thank you for that, and we look forward to having ourselves a decent ball game tonight. And hopefully our stuff tonight will be without any interruptions, but you never know when you're on the free feed. We've got our friend Banjo in here. Our friend God is great here. He says if the Tigers win, it's after 38 years. He gets himself a championship win. He is looking for that. Casey Rivers says no KFC tonight, as he is basically holding out here. And then we've got our friend, of course, Ozboat in the house. He says up the Tigers. And Victor is, you believe that this will be a high-scoring match. And I say in this one here tonight, I don't know if it's going to be particularly high-scoring, but I could see a 4-3 affair tonight, as that is what we are potentially looking at. We are just struggling a little bit here to get ourselves a feed that is going to be taking place as Miyagi is just completing his warm-up tosses. We may have to go to our B feed if our A feed is going to be choppy like this, which I sure don't want to have to do, because that means I'm going to have to leave the chat room for a bit. You guys are going to have to hold it down on it, but that may be exactly what we're going to have to do, as Miyagi is just completing his warm-up tosses on our screen here, but everything is a little bit interrupted And if that is the case, then we may have to look to go to an alternate feed and setup for this one here. So Miyagi has done his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway. Coming to bat will be Koji Chikamoto. That'll be Nakano and Morishita to face the left-hander here tonight. Let's see, another great day for baseball, as this will wrap up the 2023 season in Japan. And of course, it'll be bringing us ready to go for the Major League season here, not that far away. So, as I said, we're having a little bit of a struggle here to get this thing off and rolling here tonight. Not sure what the issue is or why we are in that place to struggle. The ball game is now underway as Chikamoto has swung and fouled away the first pitch. So no balls and one strike to Chikamoto here. Chikamoto 11 for 35 in the series, no homers and 6 runs batted in. As the lefty Miyagi kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This is lifted into center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. And Chikamoto is aboard with a leadoff single here in the first inning. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Takuma Nakano. Well, for Nakano, 9 for 34 in the playoffs. He's got no homers and 3 RBIs. We thank everybody for jumping in here tonight. Chris is here as well. YA2U here is here. And Shaw Network Blogs and Games also in the house. We thank everybody for being here. So Nakano ready to face the offering. He's already squaring to bunt. And he takes a fastball for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. And our friend Adrian MGDL comes in and is already asking for streams. Welcome to the stream there, Adrian. I'm sure maybe 1 or 2 people might be able to help you out if you ask nicely. Here's the pitch. Fastball bunted over on the third base line, fielded by Miyagi. He fires to first. It's Gonzalez, the second baseman, who's covering. That's going to go down as a sacrifice, 1-4. That puts Nakano in the books for the first out. It moves Chikamoto into scoring position, as he is over at second base, and that's going to bring up the right fielder, Shota Morishita. Well, for Morishita, he's 7 for 35 in the playoffs. He's got no homers and 5 runs batted in. The rookie been pretty much hitting in the 3 spot for most of the season, as the manager has put his trust into the young right fielder. Chikamoto establishes his lead over at second base. Miyagi working to the set. Checks the runner, now delivers. Fast for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. It's like we're going to have to really wait here. The home plate umpire is very deliberate, but very slow in going up at the right hand. That pitch there, it looked like it could have went either way. Here comes the 0-1 pitch as Miyagi holds to the set. Now delivers. A fastball swung on and lifted foul behind home plate, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Morishita. Defensively tonight for the Buffaloes, from left to right field, it is Fukuda in left, Nakagawa in center, and Noguchi in right. Around the horn from first to third, Tongu is at first, Gonzalez at second, the shortstop Kobayashi with Mune at third. And the battery is Miyagi and Tomoya Mori. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count now goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Morishita. So the players from last night's game who are out of the lineup, Leandro Cedeno was the designated hitter last night. He is sitting down for the Buffaloes. Into the lineup is Noguchi into right field as Mori came behind the plate. So Wakatsuki out. There's a breaking ball that is down. The home plate umpire goes up with the right hand, and the catcher applies the tag, and that is going to retire Morishita. Morishita, not knowing what's going on, I thought that he didn't think he went around, but the home plate umpire thought he did. And so he's in the books for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Yosuke Oyama. He thought he held up, and there was no chance that he had went around. We get the replay of it, and I'd have to say that the home plate umpire probably got that right. He did make the offer at the pitch. He couldn't hold up in time. So Oyama coming to bat, he is 5 for 33. Hitting from the right side here against the left-handed throwing Miyagi. And the pitch is a fastball. Take it for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Charles says, I think that call was right. Yeah, it was. He didn't hold up in time, and he certainly looked like he was offering at the pitch. So I think the home plate umpire got it right in that particular instance. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined, and a great diving catch by Yumamune. That ball was fair, and he dove to the foul line side to make the catch. And that is how this inning is going to end. Oyama hit that ball on the screws right to the glove of Yumamune, and that's going to do it here in the first inning for the Tigers. Well, the Tigers had a leadoff single by Chikamoto. There was no runs a hit, no errors, and that one runner left aboard. We're through a half inning. It is the Tigers, nothing, and the Buffaloes coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are cruising to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Kai Nakagawa, Yuma Mune, and Kotaro Kobayashi to come to bat to face Koyo Oyagi here in the first inning. As I said at the top of the stream, there were a couple of eyebrow-raising moments. Most of the night it has been, or most of the games in this series, the Tigers have rolled out pretty much the same lineup. It has been the designated hitter that has been changed up, and it is Fumohito Haraguchi who is in the lineup tonight. Only one plate appearance in the playoffs, and he had drawn a walk. So that is the only appearance he's had, and here he is finding himself in Game 7. I know it's a left-handed pitcher on the mound. I would expect to see Ito Hara at some point, as he has had a pretty solid playoff. But maybe they're keeping him away from the left-handed slants of Miyagi. The other surprising one, of course, is the starter, Ayagi, here tonight, as he is making his first playoff appearance of the 2023 campaign. And so the right-hander ready to go. He kicks, he delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away for ball one. 1-0 to Nakagawa. If you haven't seen Ayagi, he is a sidewinder. So a sidewinder who starts, you don't see that in Major League Baseball. He faces the center fielder here. There's a fastball swung on and missed. 10 for 38 is Kai Nakagawa. No homers and 3 RBIs. Our friend Chris has dropped us 10 pounds. It looks like British pounds. We appreciate that there, Chris. And there's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to short, fielded by Kanami. He fires the first, and that's going to retire Nakagawa on a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. One gone here, and it'll bring up Yumamune. Chris says, a small token of thanks for all the great commentaries through the course of the year. Much appreciated, and have helped foster his love of Japanese baseball. Well, it's been absolutely a blast having a lot of our regulars in the stream, whether it be here tonight or at other points in time through the year. We do appreciate you and your support. That brings up Yumamune to the plate. He is 10 for 37 on the season. He's got no homers and 5 RBIs as he delivers a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-0 on Mune. Our friend Rode in the house here. I owe you a response, Rode. I got your message yesterday. The weekends outside of the games are fairly busy, and so usually my catch-up is Monday to Thursday during the daytime, so I'll have to put that there as well. Chris says, not sure what the exchange rate is, but hopefully a fair few dollars in loonies. I'm not sure what the marketplace is now. It's been about 20 years since I've been in Great Britain. As there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now, or check that, it catches the outside corner, and the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Had to take a double take at that one. That pitch looked like it was outside to me. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball. That misses outside. And somewhere along the line, we've missed a pitch because it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Amune. Clarkson's son in Japan in the house here tonight as well. We appreciate you there. Troll Zahadi says, probably with our economy, it's worth a little bit more. Yes. You never know these days where things are going. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now is full to Mune. Mune really started off the playoffs, the first round and early part of this series. He was carrying the mail for the Buffaloes. He's slowed down a little bit as of late. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 3-2. What I am interested to know is what the leash might be on Ayagi is here tonight, how many pitches he would be. As we said, he hasn't pitched at all in the playoffs, so he's been out of action for at least a couple of weeks. And how far he has going to be stretched out tonight will remain to be seen. The 3-2 pitch on its way. Here's the offering. Fastball swung on. This ball's belted to deep right field. If this ball stays fair, it's going to be trouble. And this ball is going to be foul off the wall. Just hooked it. Only a couple of feet foul. Mune sent that one for a ride. But not quite fair. And that is going to keep the count at 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The clocks have turned back in North America. And so one of the things here tonight, we had posted up our start time at 2:30, which would have been the old time. It's now 1:47 as we have joined Europe in the clock change. Unfortunately for us, we weren't able to make that on the StreamYard. We tried to make it. We tried to make the adjustment, and it just wouldn't do it for us, which is the third-party service we use to stream our broadcasts. Fastball swung on, grounded to the right side, diving past the glove of the second baseman Nakano into right field, and Yuma Mune is going to be aboard here with a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the shortstop Kotaro Kobayashi. Looked like it was a 2-seam fastball. He had turned on there. Nice piece of hitting there by Mune to be able to turn on that. So he's aboard with a 1-out single. It brings Kotaro Kobayashi to the plate. Kobayashi 10 for 32 in the playoffs with a homer and 6 RBIs. On top of it, Kobayashi has not just a home run in last night's ball game, he also walked 3 times. He was on base all 4 times. Fastball misses down, and the count is 1-0. The Buffalo's shortstop. Only 21 years old is the Oryx shortstop, as it seems like he's been around forever. This is actually his 4th year in the NPB. Broke in as a 17-year-old. Here's the pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner, and the count runs even to 1-1. Our friend Rhodes Scholar says this series has been more compelling than that of the American Major Leagues. I understand that Texas series against the Diamondbacks was the worst viewed series in the past 10 years. As here comes the 1-1 pitch. And Aogi steps off and feigns a throw to first. Getting back is Mune. My friend the Rook asked, who do you have? The games weren't up before the game. Had to live bet. I can tell you on my end of things, coming into the series, I felt that the Buffaloes were the team to beat. I haven't got much right throughout this series. I predicted Buffaloes to win in 6. Of course, that would have been Tigers last night had they hung on to, or been able to find a way to win. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count is 1-2. It's not because I like the Tigers or I like the Buffaloes more than the Tigers. I just felt that the Buffaloes had a deeper offense that they could turn to. We look at the Tiger lineup, and they've got the 8 starters. I don't see anybody particular off of that bench in a designated hitter role that is an impactful bat, much like the Buffaloes have. But this is why we play the games. It's been a great series to this point. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as Aogi holds set. And now he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses well outside. The count now goes to 2-2 on Kobayashi. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think another key here in this game, when we were talking about how Aogi has to pitch like it's 2022, also, too, if the Buffaloes can really make him work here early on, it'll be interesting to see how far he's been stretched out off of the field. There's a breaking ball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Kobayashi. He stood there like the house by the side of the road. He watched it go by for out number 2. That's going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. Our friend Troll says he used Will Hill as he is down in Vegas. He said the 1 a.m. books went down. I think the time change. Yeah, that's what I experienced as well. I thought that, as I said, when the time change hit, we couldn't move our start time to our game. Chris says, love the homage to Ernie Harwell. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to first. Oyama fields it. He steps on the bag, and that is going to do it. As Tomoya Mori hits the ball hard, but right to the first baseman. Ground out to 3 to end the inning. No runs in the inning. There was the hit by Mune. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 1 complete. It is the Tigers nothing and the Buffaloes nothing. Let's knock on wood. Everything looks like it's running smooth. And hopefully that's the way it'll be for the rest of the night. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Sheldon Noisy, Fumihiro Haraguchi, and Teruaki Sato to come to bat against the left-hander Hiroya Miyagi. Chris says, is there any reason why Noisy's out of the lineup tonight? No, I've got Noisy in the lineup on our lineup here. So he is in here tonight. So that is what we're looking at. Unless there's been a late scratch or a late change. That was the lineup that was up about 40 minutes before the game. So we're looking here. It looks like he is leading off the inning. So nope, everything is intact to us. So Noisy, Haraguchi, and Sato here to come to bat. As the lefty Miyagi ready to work here. And the first pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on and fouled straight back. The count is 0-1. Only 10 pitches in the first inning for Miyagi. He pulled this act in the last game where he was very efficient with his pitches through the 6 innings of work. I'd be curious tonight to see if they will leave him in a little bit further. As the lefty now kicks and delivers, it's a slow breaking ball that misses outside the Noisy, and the count is 1-1. Noisy, of course, was the only offense in last night's game as he had a opposite field home run off of Yamamoto in the second inning. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. Chris says, must have missed him when he went through the teams. Well, it can happen sometimes. Noisy in the hole here at 1-2. There's a breaking ball that misses down in the way. The count now goes to 2-2. Troll says, I need someone to ship me off an official Buffaloes jersey. I have to say, that's one jersey I looked at a number of different jerseys. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count goes to 3-2. And again, this is sitting out back as a neutral. Some of the product that both the Bay Stars put out and the Saitama Cebu Lions, pretty good stuff. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's chopped over to third, fielded on the run by Mune. He flips it over to first, and that is going to retire Noisy on a ground out 5-3. And that puts him in the books for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Fumihiro Haraguchi. Well, for Haraguchi, as we said, he's only had one plate appearance in the playoffs. As he steps in here, he was a cancer survivor. He's a 2-time All-Star. After the 2018 season, he had cancer and he had some surgery, as there's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So he's been a long-time hand-shin Tiger. I wonder here if the veteran presence in the lineup, as there's a fastball that is check swing fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2. Is maybe one of the reasons why they put him in the lineup. They have used Watanabe and they have used Ito Hara. Now, mind you, Ito Hara is a left-handed stick, who I would assume if they go to a right-hander, we would see him come into the ballgame at some point. Our friend Troll says the all-red Carp jerseys were the best. They were hard to see. You're sitting in the stands and you can't see the numbers on the players. It is very difficult. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2-2. I saw the Carp 4 times. I saw them in Yokohama. I saw them twice in Osaka playing the Giants. And then, of course, they played the Dragons at the home game I went to. And as I said, it was very difficult to see the jersey numbers on the players. They might as well not even put the numbers on. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. The count remains at 0-2. But I do like the Bay Stars jerseys. They were a nice looking piece. Buffalo jerseys, I think if I would have got a Buffalo jersey, I would have had the Japanese lettering across the front. I think those look pretty slick. But the other one I was looking for was the navy tops. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined on one hop over to third, fielded by Mooney across the diamond. And that is going to retire Haraguchi on a ground out 5-3. Mooney has been busy here tonight. Of the 4 outs that have been put in play, he has made the play on 3 of them, a line drive and 2 ground balls now. Fantastic play by the third baseman. He has brought his gold glove with him tonight. Well, that's going to bring up the third baseman, Teruaki Sato. For Sato, he is 6 for 35 in the playoffs. He's got no homers and 1 RBI. Rube says he bought the red Carp jersey, loves wearing it around Melbourne. Fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Here I am picking the Buffaloes to win, but I bought myself a hand-shin Tiger jersey of Koji Chikamoto. There's the pitch. It is a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and the count goes to 1-1. And it is also of the gray variety, so like the ones that they're wearing tonight. I really like the Tiger patch on the sleeve. I think it's pretty cool. Here comes the pitch. There's a really slow breaking ball that floats in for a called strike. Oh boy, that was just over 50 miles an hour. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Troll says, I'm not sure what site. I would go right to the team's websites there, Troll. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 2-2. So I'd go right to the Buffaloes and order it from them. Might be a little bit more, but then at least you can trust it. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, waved at and missed. Sato down on strikes for out number 3, and that's going to do it here in the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the second inning. Your score is the Tigers 0 and the Buffaloes 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the second inning when we return. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here tonight. It is Buffalo's Tigers, Game 7. Thanks for being with us. We are cruising to the bottom of the second inning. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. It is the Buffaloes coming to bat right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be Yuma Tongu, Marwin Gonzalez, and Yutaro Sugimoto to come to bat here in the second inning. Just as a couple of reminders, beginning next weekend, a week from today, we are going to debut our weekly Japanese podcast, the Japan Baseball Report. So make sure you guys check it out. It'll be on YouTube, but we will look to get it up onto Spotify and wherever you else listen to your podcasts. We will be making some more of those announcements here in the next little bit. So our inaugural one, we will recap the NPB series, of course, the 2023 Nippon series, the championship series. We'll do some interviews we have lined up a little bit later, not in the first one, as we have a couple of young fellas who are going to be applying their trade in Japan next year. So we are looking forward to that. So here comes the first offering from Aogi, who kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that didn't miss outside. And Yuma Tongu has to kind of hold his smile back. That pitch there was outside of the left-handed batter's box. It was so wild. So 1 ball and no strikes to Tongu. Looked like we had ourselves a Steve Sachs moment right in front of us. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes to 1-1. Or maybe it was Rick Ankiel. I'm not sure. Javier Hernandez came in and said, hey, where can I watch this? Can't find it anywhere. Well, you can go to TBS, the Tokyo Broadcast System. That'll get you to where you need to be, as that breaking ball was swung on and missed. The count is now 1-2. Chris says, looking forward to the hot stove season podcasts. Absolutely. There was a fastball swung on. It is taken on one hop by the first baseman, Oyama. And Tongu is going to be retired. That's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for the first out. That's the one thing I don't like about Japanese baseball. If I had to pick apart one thing, and that is the players not running it out all the way down the line. In this situation here, Tongu had hit the ball. It was taken on a hop by Oyama, and he gave up around the 45-foot stripe and peeled out. You still got to run through the base. You've always got something to work on. That bothers me a little bit when the batters don't run to the base or through the base, even though we know he's going to be out. There's a first pitch fastball to Gonzalez that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Gonzalez 7 for 32 in the playoffs. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs. He has started to play much better over the course of the Nippon series. As the pitch is on the way, it is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Gonzalez, the switch hitter, batting from the left side here against Aogi. He's ahead in the count at 2-0. Here comes the offering as the pitch is on the way. It is a fastball swung on. This is chopped softly over to first. Oyama takes it himself. He's going to step on the bag. That's going to go as a ground out to 3. So the last 3 outs have all been bouncers to Oyama. Our friend the Rook says, did you broadcast the KT game earlier? We don't do anything at all with the anything all with the Korean League, the KBO. I have to admit, when I watched it on ESPN during the pandemic in 2020, I just didn't find it to be as interesting. I prefer the Japanese league, as the first pitch is coming to Sugimoto. Fastball, take it for a called strike, counts 0-1. Certainly the discrepancy in the teams, the parity or lack of parity. I mean, really right now in the NPB, last year I would have said the Dragons and the Fighters were, not necessarily very good teams, but you could see that there's hope for the Fighters. I'm not sure where there's hope for the Dragons right now in the NPB, but certainly you could argue and say that there's 11 teams that can compete. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Sugimoto. Breaking ball swung on. This is lifted foul. It's into the seats. Count remains at 0-2. And I have to wonder how long this window is going to stay open for the Buffaloes. If the Buffaloes win here tonight, they're going to have a strong team still, I would think. But they're going to lose Yamamoto, and of course, they're going to have to retool some of their team as well. So I'd be very interested to see what happens. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. There is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Sugimoto goes in the books. He's gone for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here in the second for the Buffaloes. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We're now through 2 complete. Your score is the Tigers nothing, the Buffaloes nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat here in the top of the third inning. That means Seiya Kanami, Seishiro Sakamoto, and Koji Chikamoto to face the left-hander Hiroya Miyagi, who will begin his third inning of work. For Kanami, it's been an outstanding playoffs. He's 13 for 31, nothing across the slash line. And despite the fact that he has had a fantastic playoff, he has been buried in either the 8th or 9th spot in the batting order. And there's a fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded on the backhand by Gonzalez, and he throws to first. And that's going to retire Kanami. We've seen some real good defensive plays here so far by the Buffaloes, most of them by Yumamune, and now Marwin Gonzalez gets in on the act. So ground out 4-3 to retire Kanami for the first out of the inning. It's going to bring up the catcher, Seishiro Sakamoto. And our friend, the Rook, says the crowd dances and sings the entire game in the KBO. Finds it entertaining. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Baseball is entertainment. But as I said, I personally enjoy the baseball in the NPB, just overall part of it a little bit better. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Actually, Chris, if you put anything, it automatically zaps. So what ends up happening is, as Chris said, you should check the most recent community post on the Acute Cosmopolitan. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. You can also look at the Reddit page, or you can become a member of our channel, pay your $1.99, and there's a list of stuff that we have there for everybody as well. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. Usually the links get all shot down. That's just kind of automatic. It wouldn't matter what you're linking to. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Sakamoto. So I don't usually do that. It's just an automatic zap. I think if you are a member, then it's, or not a member, if you're a mod, it allows you to do it. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, Sakamoto, he stood there like the house by the side of the road. That's strikeout number 3 for Miyagi here tonight. And here is 2 in the books, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Koji Chikamoto. So Chikamoto, 1 for 1 tonight, had a single. He's got the only hit so far for the Tigers. 12 for 36 in the series. I was going through my mind to see who would be the MVP of the series, trying to get a little bit of that. As the pitch is delivered, it's a breaking ball that misses outside. If the Tigers were to win tonight, I would probably be leaning towards Chikamoto for the MVP of the playoffs, at least on the offensive side. There's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. Count goes to 1-1. I would say for the Buffaloes, well, certainly on the offensive side, maybe Mune. There's nobody that really jumps out. Maybe Kirby Ashe. They haven't really, they've been good, but they haven't been unbelievable. So maybe tonight will be a difference maker for somebody, as there's a fastball swung on and it's tap foul into the feet of Chikamoto, and the count is 1-2. Chris says Miyagi mirroring Yamamoto last night. In fact, with better efficiency, being able to keep the hitters off balance. As we said at the top of the stream when we gave our keys, one of the things we said about Miyagi is to pitch to contact, but not to hit barrels. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and Miyagi chalks up another strikeout here. That is number 4 in the books. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're cruising along here. As we move to the bottom of the third, your score is the Tigers nothing and the Buffaloes nothing. Those poor Tiger fans out there are probably a little bit upset. Maybe no Colonel Sanders tonight. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being here with us. Here's our friend Steve.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support he gives to our channel. Be sure to go check out Steve Rademacher after the game, whether it's Money Monday, Takeover Tuesday, or the Saturday morning cartoons. He's got something for everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Hang tight. It is the Buffaloes coming to bat here in the bottom of the third. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters slated to come to bat for the Buffaloes in the bottom of the third inning. It means Tomoya Noguchi, Shuhei Fukuda, and Kai Nakagawa, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. A couple of eyebrow raisers for me. Certainly Fukuda coming into the ball game after he had entered last night. He was 1 for 2 in last night's affair as he came in and replaced Sugimoto in left field, and then Noguchi getting the nod again. He's had a decent playoff, has Noguchi, just hasn't played in a couple of games, and I'm trying to get a feel for the manager's movements. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. I mean, some of the regulars, as we know, like Mune, Kobayashi, Mori, Tongu, Gonzalez, pretty regular. Sugimoto missed a number of games. I think he had an issue with his calf, if I'm not mistaken. There's a pitch that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes even to 1-1. And I think he did that right at the end of the series against the Marines. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. And that's what caused him to miss some time in this series. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Noguchi. And I think in some ways, Noguchi also has played some shortstop in place of Kobayashi, but he is looking like he is settling in the outfield as the right-hander kicks and delivers. And there is a fastball that is lifted into right field, moving back onto the edge of the warning track, and now coming in is the right fielder Morishita, and that is going to retire Noguchi for the first out of the inning. Our friend Chris asks for the Buffalo lineup. I wasn't sure. Maybe I might have missed that when the Buffaloes were on the field. But we can run that for you again when they get back out onto defense for the 4th inning. It'll be the left fielder Shuhei Fukuda coming to bat. 1 for 6 in the playoffs. He had a double in last night's game. As we said, he had come in to play for Sugimoto, and he swings at the first pitch. Fastball, and he grounds it through the 4-hole into right field. So Fukuda aboard with a 1-out single. Maybe this is going to make the manager look like a genius. He comes up big in this one here tonight. That's always something. You insert somebody into the lineup and makes you look good. So Fukuda aboard at first, and it brings Kai Nakagawa to the plate. One of the keys to the game tonight, we said that both Nakagawa and Mune have to get on base. Well, right now, we've got Nakagawa at the plate here. He's 0 for 1. Mune did his part back in the first inning. They've got to be the table setters here. And certainly, Fukuda helping by turning over the batting order is important. He can run, so you've got to keep an eye here. And here comes the pitch to Nakagawa. It's a fastball that misses down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander gets himself a new baseball as he rubs it up here, and he's ready to go again to work. As Aogi holds to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count runs even to 1-1. Boy, I think I'd be sending Fukuda right here, or maybe in some capacity. Maybe a hit and run or a run and hit, something along those lines. We'll see what happens here. We've got Yumamune waiting his turn on deck. As the right-hander Aogi holds to the set position. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2. Well, maybe they're going to try to stay out of the double play, strike them out, throw them out. Chris says he met the Tigers' defensive alignment, which we can give to you here in just a moment. Yep, we can do that. With that, and Noisy says he's 0 for 2. It's all good. And here comes the pitch from Aogi, and he steps off the backside. That's a good time to give you the Tiger defensive lineup. Left to right field, Noisy in left, Chikamoto in center, and the right fielder tonight is Morishita with around the horn. It's Oyama at first, Nakano at second. The shortstop is Kanami with the third baseman Sato. The battery is Oyagi and Sakamoto. It's pretty much the same defensive lineup we've witnessed all through the playoff, or at least all through the finals, as there's a fastball that misses outside. Count now goes even to 2-2 on Nakagawa. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 hits in the ballgame so far for the Buffaloes. Mune has one, and Fukuda, who's aboard right now, has the other. The only hit for the Tigers was the leadoff single by Chikamoto. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This ball's lifted into deep left field, giving chase is Noisy, and he's going to make the catch on the edge of the warning track. Fukuda is going to have to retreat to first base. He was all the way to second base. Nice play there by Noisy, fielding his position, as that is going to retire Nakagawa. He had to get back on that in a hurry. We watched the route. I don't know if it was the best of jumps for Noisy. It looked like he's going to have to go spend a little bit more time on his drop steps, but he certainly was able to haul that in for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Yuma Mune. Well, for Mune, he's 1 for 1 tonight. He's got this single in his only trip. 11 for 38 in the playoffs. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-0. And as I was saying earlier, I was trying to make some suggestions as to who a MVP would be for the Buffaloes. Well, on the offensive side, there's a number of players. I guess maybe it would all come down to maybe somebody having a spectacular night tonight, maybe Kirby-Ashi getting the edge. But on the mound, you'd have to look at Miyagi if he continues to do what he's doing tonight, assuming the Buffaloes can get a run. Breaking ball misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Mune. So 2 balls and no strikes. Kirby-Ashi waiting on deck here with 2 gone. 39 pitches here through the 2 2/3 plus innings of work for the right-hander Aogi. Mune waggling the bat as the right-hander checks the runner over at first. And here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 3-0 on Mune. So 3 balls and no strikes. The offseason is going to be busy for the next, at least probably until the turn of the year, with the free agents and the movement. So we expect a lot to be happening here in about a week's time or so. As here's the 3-0 pitch, and there is a fastball taken for a called strike. Mune just dropped the bat and backpedaled out of the box. He had no interest in doing anything on that pitch. Looked like he wasn't set, and he didn't quite call time. He does take his time. Very deliberate in the batter's box. He's got quite the routine. Here comes the 3-1 pitch, as the right-hander works to the set. And now he delivers. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Mune. Well, with that, it is going to be Fukuda who will be in motion on the next pitch, as we do have a full count and 2 gone here. So we'll keep an eye on the right-hander Aogi. Mune waggling his bat, waiting on the 3-2. As the right-hander works to the set, here's the pitch. Fastball misses down and in. It's going to be ball 4, and Mune is going to be aboard for the second time tonight. Well, that was a gutsy take there. That was a tough pitch. You got to tip your hat to Aogi. He came inside, just missed at the knees on the inner corner of the plate. That is going to be ball 4 to Mune. And Mune tonight has really worked Aogi both of the times. He had worked him to a full count and had an 8-pitch at bat, his first at bat, and here he earns himself a 6-pitch walk. And that's going to bring up Kentaro Kirby-Ashi, but while this is happening, it is going to bring the pitching coach out to the mound to have a word with the Tiger right-hander. So Kirby-Ashi 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out looking his first time up. So he'll be facing the right-hander Aogi for the second time tonight. Who's going to blink first in this one? I guess we're going to find out sooner or later. Nothing, the scoreline. Both of these teams here, I don't want to say they're offensively challenged right now, but looking to find a way to push a run across. Here comes the first offering now to Kobayashi. As the right-hander holds to the set, he checks the runner at second. Fukuda establishing his lead, and there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. It is difficult to hit sidewinders for a lot of players. A lot of guys, they get out in front of the pitch, they roll it over. There is an art to hitting the guys who throw from down under, that's for sure. And being able to stay back and not jumping out of your socks is a problem for a lot of the hitters, especially when you're facing somebody here who has the type of movement that Aogi does possess. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Kobayashi. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Pretty much playing them straight away here, as they are deep and into the gaps. Not really shading them up to one side or the other, which is interesting. The infield, though, does play him a little bit more to the pull side. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, head over to the first baseman, fielded by Oyama, and he's going to take it himself and step on the bag. That's going to go as a ground out to 3, and that is going to do it. It's the 3rd out of the inning. Well, the Buffaloes threaten, but they don't score. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. A third of the ball game is now in the books. Your score is the Tigers 0 and the Buffaloes 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this, and I'm sure a number of people will be looking for the increased beer sales in Japan. We'll be back in just a bit.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Want to take a moment to thank our friend Zay, who became a YouTube member. Zay has joined our channel. We do offer that for as low as $1.99 per month. You can cancel at any time. Some behind-the-scenes things that we do put out from time to time. We just put up a video this week with our friend Eric Fox. Good kick out of doing some of the stuff with him there. We want to thank Zay for being a member of the channel. That being said, everybody, we welcome you back. It is going to be the top of the 4th inning. It is going to be Takuma Nakano, Shota Morishita, and Yosuke Oyama, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters to come to bat here to face Miyagi in the 4th inning. So we are about ready to resume the action here, as the lefty Miyagi works himself into the motion, and he delivers a first pitch fastball that misses upstairs for a ball. The count's 1-0. Nakano had a sacrifice bunt his first time up, so he officially does not have a at-bat in this game, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. The lefty Miyagi kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. This is lifted into straightaway center field. Nakagawa moves a little bit to his right, holds his ground, and makes the catch. That is going to retire Nakano for the 1st out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Shota Morishita. Well, for Morishita, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He has struck out his only trip to the plate. He has had a tough playoff, that is for certain. 7 for 36. And the first pitch is breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Our friend Chris says he loves Hollis. Tuned me into George Strait, or turned him into George Strait. There's a fastball chop foul over on the third base side. The count now is 0-2 to Morishita. As we said, he's 7 for 35 in the playoffs, 5 for 26 in the Japan series. It looked like it may have been breaking out a little bit, but nope, back to where he was. Our friend Rubes sent us $5 Australian. That's pretty cool. We appreciate you for doing that. That's kind of neat. So we've had British pounds and Aussie dollars tonight. Australia is on my hit list to visit, and it is going to be coming up here probably in the next, I would say, 36 months or so. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 1-2. Probably come down for 2, maybe 3 weeks over the Christmas holidays, possibly in 2025. Not sure. Maybe Melbourne, leaning toward Melbourne, but maybe to the Gold Coast. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count goes to 2-2. Always wanted to get to the land down under. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Morishita. As Miyagi ready to go again. There's a breaking ball swung on and top foul behind home plate. Count remains at 2-2. If I come down at Christmas, I don't know if I'm going to get to an Aussie rules game because I don't think they play during that time, which is unfortunate. Because I'd love to get to an Aussie rules football game. That would be fantastic. They used to broadcast it live up here. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. Morishita aboard with a 1-out single, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yosuke Oyama. Our friend Henry Da Roca says he's watching the game from Brazil better than the World Series. This series has definitely been a great series this year. Not saying that the baseball wasn't good in Major League Baseball, but the two teams being Texas and Arizona, not glamour teams, not really well-watched World Series. In fact, I think they said it was the worst viewed World Series in about 9 years. Our friend Marissa is in the house and says that it is between March and September is the AFL. Yep. And here's the first pitch to Oyama. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. I think the grand final is in middle of September or the third week of September, something along those lines. The teams that we get a lot, or used to show a lot up on television up here, was the Geelong Cats, Collingwood. I forget what their nickname was. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now is no balls and 2 strikes to Oyama. Sheldon Noisy waits his turn on deck. There's Marissa, says last Saturday in September. There's a fastball that comes inside, and it hits Oyama. And so now this is the first time that Miyagi has found himself a little bit of a problem here, as Oyama is aboard on the hit by pitch. Morishita is going to advance over to second, and it's going to bring Sheldon Noisy to the plate, with 1 gone here in the 4th inning. So the Tigers threatening now. Fastball rode up and in and hit Oyama just in the side there above the rib cage. Angus says it was the Collingwood Magpies, as is Rubes. So they won the premiership this year. Yeah, lots of teams. We used to, I forget the other one that we would get a lot here. I think it was Brisbane. Sydney Swans occasionally would show up on television. Was it the Brisbane Broncos? I think it was. But as I say, they stopped showing it and stopped watching it, unfortunately. It was great late night TV. Could watch a little bit of that before the NPB. So here comes the first offering to Noisy. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. That last pitch was at 91 miles an hour. Marissa says Brisbane Lions. Maybe it's the Broncos that are the rugby club, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not up on my Aussie stuff as recent. There's a break, or there's another fastball that pours in for a called strike. Count is 0-2. Noisy didn't like that. He's shaking his head and letting the home plate umpire know that that wasn't a strike. Marissa says Broncos are rugby league. Yes. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Noisy. One ball and 2 strikes. 52 pitches so far here in the 4th inning for the lefty Miyagi. Both of the 2 arms have matched each other through the first 3 innings. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is golfed into left field. This ball could be trouble if it stays fair, and it's going to be gone. A 3-run homer for Sheldon Noisy to put the Tigers out in front. Oh boy, he went down right off his shoe tops and golfed that one into the seats. Oh, Noisy, you might have just got yourself another contract for 2024. What a play that was. There's a 3-0 lead here for the Tigers. Only the 2nd home run in the Japan series for the Tigers, and Noisy's got both of them. Cashes in Morishita ahead of him. Oyama behind him. And then, of course, Noisy with the 3-run blast. And it really came out of nowhere. It was a 1 ball and 2 strike pitch. The pitch was down off his shoe tops. Like he got out the 9-iron and golfed it right into the seats. And that is how it happens. A single, a hit by pitch, and a 3-run bomb. And now it is a Tiger lead out in front. And very unexpected because Miyagi had been cruising along. 15 1/3 shutout innings have now been snapped. There's a breaking ball that catches the outside corner to Haraguchi. The count is 0-1. Oakland Patches says he did play for the A's, and no, he didn't hit like that. That is correct. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-1 to Haraguchi. Edmund Dickinson in the house tonight. Banjo says KFC's getting the riot shields ready. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is hit into left field. Moving over underneath it is Fukuda. He makes the catch. That's going to retire Haraguchi for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 gone here, and that's going to bring up Teruki Sato to the plate. We watched that pitch again. I didn't even think he got all of it, to be quite honest with you. I watched the replay of this. Anime account says, I'm cheering from Washington State. It's 2:30, about to fall asleep. Wanted to say hello. Well, we appreciate you because it's 2:38 here. So we're not much difference than you. Of course, we had fallen back in the clock tonight. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. And the count is 1-0 to Sato. We thank you for stopping in to send your regards. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on, and Sato hits this one to deep right field. If this ball stays fair, this is going to be trouble, and it's just going to hook foul. Oh, boy. Miyagi is getting hit hard here now, but that's going to run the count to 1-1 on Sato. Sato got the barrel head out on that pitch and absolutely destroyed it. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. We're going to take a little extended timeout in this next half inning. We're going to update our drink situation. We're starting to get a little raspy. There's a breaking ball that is waved out and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2. That's what happens when you get a 3-run homer. You get excited. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sato as he bats here with 2 gone in the 4th and 3 runs on the board. There's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. And the count now goes to 3-2. We've got Jag in the house here. Says he's watching the game in Japan. Appreciate you for being here with us. Zach is riding the over 5.5. Here's the 3-2. Fastball, take it for a called third strike. I'm not sure what Sada was looking at, but he goes down on strikes for the third out of the inning, and that's going to do it here in the fourth for the Tigers. There was 3 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. No errors. Nobody left the board. Your score as we move to the bottom of the fourth, it is the Tigers 3 and the Buffaloes nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. I got to go get myself a drink. We'll carry on in just a few.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters to come to bat. It is Maury, Tongu, and Gonzalez here to hit. As we said, a little bit raspy here, as for whatever reason, we've had to go get ourselves another glass of water. It is going to be Maury here to hit against the right-hander Aogi, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Maury tonight 0 for 1. He is grounded to first his only time up. 10 for 40 in the playoffs as the right-hander delivers again. Fastball waved at and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. Last night's game, Maury had 4 at-bats. And all 4 at-bats, he had swung at the first pitch. He's a very aggressive hitter. So here comes the 0-2 offering as the right-hander holds set. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball missing down and away, and the count is 1-2. Oakland Patches says Buffalo's got to get at least one back here. Well, it's true. When you score runs, you need your pitcher to come back out and put up a 0. And if they don't, that's usually where the momentum shifts. There's a fastball swung on its pop foul into the seats on the third base side, and the count now is going to remain at 1-2. Zach says we need some excitement. A Buffalo blowout would be no fun. Yeah, you definitely need some excitement in this one here. They need to trade a couple of runs back somehow. When we asked at the beginning of the night, people asked if they thought it'd be a high-scoring affair. I figured it'd be a 4-3 ball game. 3-2, 4-3, 5-4, something in that range. And I'll stay with that as my prediction as well. So it'll be a 1-run game at some point. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-2 on Maury. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander Aogi ready to go again. He kicks and he delivers. Breaking ball that misses outside. It's now 3-2 to Maury. Buffaloes need some base runners here. That'll get things going. Chris says it's been a long season. I understand why it's getting raspy. Well, normally it's the work that I do beforehand. If we're having to provide the instruction and give information, that's part of that as well. Here's the 3-2 pitch as the right-hander delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Mori goes in the books for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. And for Tongu, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He is grounded out to the first baseman his only time up. As we get the update on our ticker here, we fell a little bit behind when we had to scramble to get ourselves another drink of water. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field, but this ball is going to be hooked foul. Oh, Tongu absolutely hammered that one. No balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Aogi ready to go again. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count goes to 1-1. So Sheldon Noisy, the man of the hour right now with the 3-run blast in the top of the 4th inning, has the Tigers out in front. Absolutely obliterated that pitch. Here comes the offering as the right-hander delivers. There's a off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tongu. Our friend Mark says Sheldon Noisy, an A's legend. There's a breaking ball swung on, chopped slowly over to third. Fielded by Sato, he throws to first, and that's going to retire Tongu on a ground out 5-3. He's out for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it all up to the second baseman, Marwin Gonzalez. Yeah, you know, Noisy was a prospect, as we talked about a little bit last couple of nights in the Oakland organization. And then they had been moved off to the Dodgers. And of course, he came back to Oakland, I believe, before he shoved off to Japan. So here comes the offering, but now Aogi steps off the backside of the rubber, and he's going to go to the rosin bag before he makes his first pitch to Gonzalez. So here comes the first pitch as he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that comes inside for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Appreciate everybody who has jumped in again with us tonight. Lots of fun last night. Tonight, not as busy as yesterday, but we are getting the folks that are coming in here throughout the evening, and we do appreciate everybody who stops in to listen in to our call. It's been good times here through the 2023 season. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed by Gonzalez, and the count now goes to 0-2. We will be back again for 2024, and it'll come soon enough. We'll be excited to make those calls all over again for everybody throughout the year as well. So the right-hander Aogi holds to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball missing upstairs. The count now goes to 1-2 on Gonzalez. We were kind of reflecting back a little bit. We did 102 NPB games this year. I was actually a little bit off from the year before. Of course, we took off 3 weeks to get to Japan in the summertime, so that cut into our calls. But we would probably look to do about another 120 games again next year if everything goes correct. Fastball misses up and away, and the count goes to 2-2. Mainly Pacific League, but we do sprinkle in some Central League games. As I said, I enjoy the Pacific League. Not sure why, maybe more so. I saw more games in the Central League when I was in Japan than I did the Pacific League, but that was maybe geographically, for geographic reasons more than anything. Fastball swung on. This ball is popped up to the left side of the infield. Camping out underneath it is Sato, and he's going to make the catch. And that's going to do it here for the Buffaloes. They go quietly in their half of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 4 complete. Your score is the Tigers 3 and the Buffaloes no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few. Appreciate everybody for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat. It'll be Kanami, Sakamoto, and Chikamoto to face the lefty Miyagi here. Our friend Jag said he moved back to Canada in 2014 and came back to Japan a few months ago. Still support the Tigers. I got to the Koshin Stadium. Unfortunately, I couldn't get inside it. That was the only team I couldn't get tickets for. Bay Stars were in for a pair, as the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Kanami now delivered a fastball that swung on his lifted to straightaway center field. Moving back and making the grab is Nakagawa, and that's going to retire Kanami for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. It'll bring up the catcher, Seishiro Sakamoto. All of the tickets that I got were live in person. And so if anybody ever talks about trying to get tickets in advance, the only 2 games I couldn't get advanced tickets for were I was in Tokyo, wanted to get the first game of the Swallows Giants series. I was there on a Monday, couldn't get the tickets for the Tuesday game, but I saw the Wednesday and Thursday games and got the Friday ticket against the Tigers. So you can get them usually a day in advance, and there's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. But all the other games, Yokohama, Hiroshima, Oryx, everything else, day of the game I was able to get, except I couldn't get the Tigers. But I was only in Osaka for those 9 days, and the only 2 games that they were playing was against the Bay Stars, and they were sold out. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. As that last pitch missed down, it's a breaking ball missing down and away. Count is now 2-1 to Sakamoto. Anytime you get an opportunity to be able to go and catch the games, it's always a lot of fun. Oakland Patches says, come on back to Japan, and we'll go to the Koshin. He'll get his tickets. That'd be pretty cool, actually. As that pitch misses down, it's now 2-2. As there's a fastball swung on. This ball is driven into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Nakagawa cuts it off before it gets to the wall. He fires it back in, and Sakamoto's got himself a 1-out single. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Koji Chikamoto. I'm probably not going to do 2024 to Japan, but I can see 2025 as being an option again. More than likely August at that part. And I think I'm probably going to do something a little different. I've been to Tokyo, Osaka, I've been to Kyoto, I've been to Hiroshima and different places. I probably will either go up to the Hokkaido region, or I'm going to go to the west all the way to Fukuoka. But I would make a stop at Osaka as I'm on my way for sure. because I do want to see the Tigers. And certainly next year, the Tigers are going to be celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Cochin Stadium. So it'll be a special year for the Hanshin Tigers. As throwing over to first base is Miyagi, and getting back safely and easily the base runner. Looks like we're, for the first time in a few innings, we're struggling with the feed a little bit here. So we'll have to keep our eye here. We may have to go to our backup. CV asked if Noisy's the former A. Yes, he is. Edmund Dickinson says he supported the Tigers since a guy in a bar in Tokyo in 2011 gave me his business card, which just had his name and the Tigers logo on it. And again, here's the offering to Chikamoto. It's a breaking ball that is missing upstairs, and the count is 1-0. I may have to go to my B feed here. CV asks if they scalp over there. Very difficult to get the scalp tickets. Not an easy situation, that is for sure. So 1 ball and no strikes to Chikamoto as he waits here on the offering from the lefty Miyagi. And the pitch is on the way. And again, we're struggling a little bit. There's a fastball that just misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. So we may have to, at the end of the 5th inning, do not a reboot, but trying to be able to do something that's going to get us a reliable, consistent feed here. So it looks like we are locking up a little bit. We have to look at changing our main feed. And hopefully that is not the case. Hopefully it looks like the Wi-Fi is all good. It is just the spinning circle as we wait here. And that looks like they're going to have a review of some sort. So we've missed a little bit of something as the manager Okada has come out. We're going to have to wait and see here, but I'm not sure where all the rest of the stuff is gone. We're just going to have to bear with us, everybody. It's almost like a rain delay at the ball game. The lefty Miyagi. It looks like they're going to have the umpires are going to go and take a look at the video review at this one. We've been sailing along pretty good here for the most part. Now all of a sudden we're getting to a spot where it's getting a little bit choppy, but they're going to go up and go under and have a look at the call here. As the umpires go under the hood, we're waiting here, but it looks like the feed is repeating itself a little bit. Chikamoto is on somewhere, or at least potentially on somewhere. Or maybe he has been hosed out. I'm not sure what it is. As we said, the umpires are going under to have a look. And it is a double play, potential double play, as Nakano was the one. So Chikamoto had reached base. And we'll try to get caught up here as we get a chance. It looks like now we're starting to get the feeds are coming back. But I think Nakano is safe on this. They're going to win that challenge. So it was Kanami had flown out to center field. Sakamoto had a base hit. Chikamoto also had a base hit. I put runners at first and second. And now it is going to be a fielder's choice. It looks like it's going to be the 6-4 variety on the fielder's choice, which is going to erase Chikamoto at second base. He'll be gone for the second of the inning. Nakano will be safe on the back end as we get the replay of it before the umpires come back. It'll bring Morishita to the plate with runners on the corners and 2 gone. As we said, all of a sudden, we've gone from having a pretty smooth sail tonight to where we are having a little bit of a choppy feed. So we are going to go to our B feed see if it is indeed anything any better than what we are witnessing. And so we're just getting all the pieces sorted out. And hopefully that'll be able to make amends here. But again, we are just waiting on the officials to come back and to make a decision. But I think the decision is an easy one here. It shouldn't take as much time as it is. Again, as we continue to wait. But now, and what we're finding is it's just looping back over and over again. So hang tight with us, everybody. We got... That's what happens when you have the free stuff going on. But it looks like we're going to have a pitching change as the Buffaloes are calling on a right-hander. It looks like the night is over for Miyagi, so we'll get you caught up on that in just a moment as well. Chris says, yeah, Miyagi is coming out. That is it for sure. Looks like his night is finished. So we'll have to get you caught up on that as soon as we can get the number here. But Miyagi, 4 2/3 innings. Tonight, only 74 pitches. So we'll see how this is going to change up here. Yeah, and it looks like we had officially lost that feed. It was just a loop on that other one there. It was just looping right around. Well, we have a right-hander in the ball game. This looks like it is Higa on in relief, and it is a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike to Morishita. So Higa, the second pitcher used here by the Buffaloes. Well, it is win or go home tonight. There is no tomorrow, so Higa on in relief. The runner at third, Sakamoto. The runner at first is Nakano. Got to keep your eye on Nakano because he can run. And here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count goes to 1-1 on Morishita. Probably the right decision to bring in the right-hander Higa here, as Higa is a sidewinder, much like his counterpart Aogi. Try to induce a ground ball here. So 1 ball and 1 strike as the right-hander gets the side. He checks the runner Nakano at first. Here comes the 1-1, and now Higa steps off the backside of the rubber. And we'll recycle through the signs. Base hit here would start to blow this game up a little bit. A ball into the seats would blow this game apart. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded foul just past the third base coach's box, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Morishita. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's been a fun night here for baseball, that's for sure. And more so if you're a Tiger fan, as they are enjoying their 3-0 advantage, courtesy of a Sheldon Noisy 3-run blast. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Morishita. Aogi looks like he's coming back for another one. As I said, I'm curious to see at what point in time they might push the button to make the change. But right now it is just free and clear. I don't know how many pitches Aogi would have in him, especially because he hasn't pitched in a while. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down. A good stop there by Mori. He had to really move to his right to keep that from going all the way to the backstop. Angus asks a good question. Do you know if the NPB releases the Japan series on DVD? I don't really know if the NPB would do it, as much as I think that the Tigers and potentially the Buffaloes would do it, especially if the Tigers won. Here comes the pitch. There's a fastball that is swung on and grounded foul. The count remains at 2-2. It's funny, I don't even know how much DVDs are even sold anymore. The way things have gone these days, everything being online, digital, downloadable. But it's a great question. Probably be a collector's item for two reasons. One, a collector's item if the Tigers were to win. Two, because of DVDs, how much longer they're going to be around. Well, they're always going to be around. It's just what the peripherals are that will be able to play them. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-2. Our friend Oakland Patches says, take the ferry from Osaka to Beppu and we can swing down to Fukuoka for a Hawks game. South Seas Raiders said he was in Fukuoka in September, as well as Sapporo. Recommend Fukuoka. The birthplace of ramen. Anywhere that there's ramen, count me in. Here's the pitch. 3-2 pitch, fouled away, and the cat's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Morishita. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Miyagi done at 75 pitches. Other than that mistake, the 3-run homer that he served up to Noisy, it was a pretty decent outing for the left-hander of the Buffaloes. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Higa works himself to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball's lined into left field. It's going to be a base hit. That's going to get a run in. Cutting it off is Fukuda. He fires it in. They throw into second base, and the throw is not in time. That's going to increase the score line to 4-0. That's going to be a double for Morishita. He's going to get his second hit of the ball game. He's got himself an RBI. Stopping at third is Nakano, but coming to score is Sakamoto. And it is a 4-0 lead now here for the Tigers. 4-6-0 for the Tigers, 0-2-0 for the Buffaloes. And the Tigers fans can sense this game is in a great position for them to be able to capture a victory. So 4-0 now, they have the lead. But you can't count the Buffaloes out. They've got some power bats in that lineup. A couple of guys can get on, and next thing you know, there could be a whole host of trouble. But the way Aogi's pitched tonight, he's been great. There's fastball swung on. This is grounded to the 6-hole. Backhanded by Kirby-Ashi. He gets up, he fires. It's not in time. That's going to be another run in. That's going to be an infield single for Oyama. Stopping at third is Morishita, and Nakano comes in with the 5th run. That's 2 runs here in the inning now for the Tigers, and the onslaught continues. Back-to-back innings with crooked numbers. So Oyama is safe at first, Morishita the runner at third, and the pitching coach is on his way to the mound to see Higa. Since Higa's come in, he's only given up a double and a single, but he's only faced 2 batters. And the manager, Nakajima, biting his nails in the dugout. Oh, they can't let this one get away, can the Buffaloes. A good backhanded play by Kirby-Ashi, went deep into the 6-hole, slid to his knees, got up to make the throw, but not even close to being in time. Banjo says it's Buffalo over. Well, still got 5 innings worth of at-bats left, but they're going to have to chip away somehow unless this, to be able to keep the Tigers close. Tigers are looking to add another one here. Runners at the corners, 2 gone. Top of the 5th inning, and Sheldon Noisy at the plate. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Noisy is the hero of the night so far. He hit the 3-run homer in the 4th inning. Put the Tigers up 3-0. He's 1 for 2 in this one tonight. 8 for 35 in the series. Here's the pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. The Tiger fans will be celebrating into the wee hours if they can hang on and win this one here tonight. I can only imagine what would happen if the Buffaloes came back. Look out, Colonel Sanders. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And the pitch is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now is 1-2. Our friend Jackpot Guy says, going to cash in my over bets now. I thought the over was 5.5 in this one, was it not? So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slack Boy says, call KFC and hide the Colonels. There's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Noisy. I think I actually have a picture of a Colonel Sanders statue, but it was from Tokyo, and it was from, I believe, the area around Akihabara. They have a big one that is standing up or there, or at least should be standing up there. I thought it was kind of funny. There's good old Colonel Sanders hanging outside of the restaurant in Akihabara. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is lined into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Another one comes across the board. Noisy flexes his muscles. A single for Noisy and another RBI. It's his 4th of the ball game. And the crowd is in a frenzy for the Tigers. A 6-0 lead. Oh boy. Rhodes says he's got a photo with the Colonel. And Chris says 15 outs to end the curse. It's not over yet. But the fat lady is limbering up the vocal cords, getting ready to sing. That was a really good piece of hitting by Noisy. He kept his hands inside the ball, inside outed it into center field. He shortened up his swing. That puts runners at first and second here. 6-0 lead for the Tigers. The right-hander Higa, who's given up 3 consecutive hits still in the ballgame, delivers a first pitch fastball to Haraguchi, takes it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Jackpot Guy says 5.5, but everyone saw that run coming there. There it is. So no balls and 1 strike to Haraguchi. Our friend Titus, who's been around here, there's that breaking ball misses outside. The count is 1-1. I'm not sure what the delay is, the difference in delay. Last night, our friend the living room said it was about a 5 or 6 pitch delay that we had on the game. I'm not sure what we're experiencing here tonight with regards to the delay, or if we are experiencing one. But that is a bit of a problem. Sometimes there is the delay of the feed. We just have to kind of roll with it as we go. There's a slow breaking ball, waved at and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Haraguchi. It's not perfect, but that's what you get in the free TV department. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Haraguchi bats here, Oyama on second, Noisy on first. 6-0 lead now for the Buffaloes. Higa gets his sign, now delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And that is going to do it. Haraguchi down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning, but they send 8 batters to the plate to the Tigers. They got 3 runs in the inning on the benefit of 5 hits. 3 runs, 5 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Our friend 3000 Tape says, not looking good for his boys. Well, if you're a fan of the Buffaloes, you're probably right. Hang tight, everybody. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is a 6-0 lead for the Tigers. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. And sorry every once in a while for some of these little glitches. We're glad you guys could make it in with us tonight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters scheduled to come to bat here for the Buffaloes in their half of the inning, as we are going to be getting Sugimoto, Noguchi, and Fukuda to come to bat. Appreciate everybody for jumping in here tonight with us. As we said, it has been a bit of a struggle at our end here a couple of times, as the feed has been a bit wonky at times. But nevertheless, that is how it stands here, as we're going to be able to give you this other half inning. We've got 7, 8, and 9 to come to bat, as we had mentioned before. So hopefully we are able to make it work here. Higa, who had got the final out. As we said, we're just going to try to catch up a little bit on trying to get ourselves that, what I call a reliable feed here. It looks like we're back at it again here, where we're a little bit behind on our B feed, but it looks like we've got one out here in the inning. It is Noguchi at the plate. And the first pitch delivered to Noguchi is a breaking ball for a called strike. Not sure how Sugimoto went down, so we'll have to catch back up to that on it for you, as there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Waiting on deck is Shuhei Fukuda. Buffaloes find themselves down 6-0 at this point, as Aogi delivers a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. I remember seeing Aogi pitch in the spring training, or toward the end of the spring training schedule, and he was definitely not the pitcher that I expected to see. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It's tapped slowly over on the right side of the infield. They're going to have to hurry. It is fielded by Oyama. He flips to first, and it's not going to be in time, as Noguchi's going to beat it out with an infield single. So he's aboard with 1 out here, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Shuhei Fukuda. And a good piece of hustling there by the base runner, Noguchi, to leg that one out. So it looks like Sugimoto had flown out or popped out to the second baseman. And that was how he was retired. But it looks like both our A feed and our B feed are creating a little havoc for us. I wonder if they're going to go have a look at this one. I don't think that. Maybe I looked at first look that looked like Noguchi was safe. They're not going to challenge here. So Noguchi is the runner at first. That brings Fukuda to the plate, as Aogi checks the runner over at first. And here comes the offering. The right-hander delivers. Fastball misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Fukuda. Fukuda tonight is 1 for 1. He's 2 for 7 in the playoffs. Noguchi, here comes the pitch. Yagi delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. Well, the Buffaloes need some base runners, that's for sure. They got to find a way to start chipping away at this 6-0 lead. May not be able to get them all at once, but they've got to try to get one at a time. That is for certain. Now the catcher, Sakamoto, has called time to go out and have a word with his pitcher. So that is a trip that's been used. 2 balls and no strikes here, as Fukuda waiting on the offering from the right-hander. As the right-hander Aogi comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball, take it for a called strike. Oh, Fukuda didn't like that. He did a 180 and walked around. I got to tell you, home plate umpire has not been calling pitches up in the zone, but that one there, that was almost above the mask of the catcher. 2 balls and 1 strike to Fukuda. Can't miss those pitches in this type of ball game. Especially, you haven't been calling there all day. There's a fastball swung on. This is lined into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And the 8 and 9 hitters have got the fire started here for the Buffaloes in their half of the fifth. They got runners at first and second with one gone. And it's going to bring Kai Nakagawa to the plate. And Nakagawa tonight 0 for 2. He's grounded to short and flown out to left. Our friend Chris Lane says, why can't we watch it on ESPN or something? Well, that would be fantastic if we could. And even 3000 Tape says he's watching on the PN and a dodgy stream from Japan. Yeah, that's exactly it. And sometimes the commentary, unfortunately, we can't sync with the games. It starts moving out of the area a little bit. Every once in a while, we get it on sync and we get things moving smoothly. And the next thing you know, off the rails it goes. Well, the conference on the mound is over. They've got runners at first and second. Nakagawa striding to the plate. Chris Lane says, VPN, why didn't I think of that? Yeah, absolutely. Nakagawa here ready to face the right-hander Aogi. Really, the only other sign of trouble Aogi had was in the third inning when he had 2 on and 2 out. But he was able to get out on a ground out from Kotaro Kobayashi. So here comes the pitch from the right-hander. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. But the one thing you have to worry about if you are the Tigers is getting into the bullpen early. If they get into the bullpen, that's always where the excitement in these games can change. But it is a healthy 6-0 lead here for the Tigers. If they ended up coughing up this one, it would be an epic collapse. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nakagawa as the right-hander holds set. And here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a ball, and the count now goes to 2-0. Our friend The Weekend lets us know what he thinks about Oryx, as does Hawk. Well, when I was in the Tokyo Dome, I was walking around, and they came up to me and were wanting to know if I wanted to get the Giants TV. And I said, well, that's great. Can I watch it in North America? He pitches the way. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul. And the lefty says, no, it's not available. And I said, well, I don't understand. People in North America will watch pirated feeds, or they would pay good money to get a good feed from you guys. Why won't you sell it to the North Americans or to the Europeans for that matter? And they couldn't really give me a good answer. So I guess we get what we get. Chris says, I don't know why DAZN wouldn't get worldwide NPB rights. There's a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count goes to 2-2. And at DAZN, I don't even know if they're carrying it this year in the United States. It was the Friends to Friends, FTF, was carrying delayed games. With the way that sports is and sports gambling and wagers, who wants to watch a game on delay? A lot of people come into our streams and they like to put their nickels, dimes, shillings, whatever it is, pounds on stuff. As here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Aogi delivers, it is a fastball swung on, another one grounded past the third base coach's box, and the count remains at 2-2. Our friend 3000 Tape says he's down in Australia. They've got lousy internet down there. That's actually kind of impressive at times. I started to wonder if the Aussies were ever going to get the internet. And I don't say that out of disrespect. I kind of say it with tongue in cheek, but certainly where you folks are and the infrastructure and the distance between some of the locations that you have, it can present a bit of a problem. Much like in rural Canada or rural United States, there's a fastball again swung on and again grounded in about the similar spot, just past the third base coach's box, and the count remains at 2-2 to Nakagawa. 6-0 lead here for the Tigers. as they are batting here in the 5th inning. Two balls and 2 strikes. Nakagawa here. Runner at second. Noguchi. Runner at first. Fukuda. 1 down. As the right-hander ready to go again. The other thing about Aogi, we've really noticed he's slowed his pace down here. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow left field. Moving over underneath it is Noisy. He's there to make the catch. It's going to send Noguchi back to second base, but Nakagawa is gone for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to Yumamune. Well, if you're going to have somebody come to the plate near the Buffaloes, it would probably be Yumamune who you'd want. And the manager has come out of the Tigers dugout. This might be the end of the night for Aogi. Yeah, he's getting fist pumps all around. He's not going to make it through the 5th inning. They're going to bring in more than likely a left-hander to have to face Mune here. He is smiling and enjoying it. But we're going to take a time out here in the 5th. We've got ourselves a 6-0 ball game, 2 on and 2 out. Pitching change on the way. We'll be right back here in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for listening here with us. We'll be right back after this and talk Kangaroos with our friends from Australia when we return in just a moment.
Hello, everybody. Steve Rodmacher coming back at you again. And during this pitching change, for a change of pace, let's open some baseball cards. We'll get through these quickly. 2023 Topps Big League. We have rookie card of Tyler Freeman to go along with a Matt Chapman. And why not a Jake Cronenworth? Shoot 'em, Jake! We do have a rookie card of Brett Beatty. That's pretty cool to go along with the uncommon Carlos Correa. Pretty common to me, but what do I know? Trey Mancini to go along with a rookie of Kodai Senga. Freddie, tell them about Kodai. And one of my favorites, Devin Williams of my Milwaukee Brewers. All right, looks like the pitcher's coming in. Freddie, you can take over now.
Appreciate you, Steve. We'll get you caught up on the pitching change in just a moment. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We'll get you caught up here in just a moment as the Tigers have gone to their bullpen, as they are going to be making the change here as Aogi's night is completed, as we are just trying to get ourselves sorted out on our end, get you caught up on who the reliever is here. It's been a bit of a challenge here for us as our feeds have been bouncing up and down. It is number 46 in the ballgame. This is Hiroya Shimamoto. We have seen Shimamoto as the first pitch he delivered to Mune was a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes to Mune. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line. It's going to get into the temporary seating. And the count is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Yumamune. Just bouncing over to our B feed. So that will mean that we have to keep an eye here. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mune as the lefty works in the set position and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Mune. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Friend Ben in here, he says, anyone got a link to watch? Doesn't care if it's in Japanese. Nope. No, Ben, no links for you, Ben. Can't provide them through the stream here. And here comes the 2-1 pitch, as it is a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Mune. So Shimamoto coming into the ball game here, and that's fallen behind here. 3-1 to Mune. As the lefty again gets the sign from his catcher Sakamoto. He waggles the bats. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken at the knees for a called strike. The count is 3-2. Talking about kangaroos, they do have kangaroo meat in our grocery store. We just can't seem to get the ostrich these days. That's the meat that I would prefer to have. Make some good ostrich burgers up here. Kangaroo meat, I haven't decided to touch any of that. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Mune. Runners are going to be on the move. Noguchi is at second. The runner at first is Fukuda. Here's the pitch. There go the runners. Fastball swung on. It is lifted up into left field. Camping out underneath it is Noisy. He's going to have the time and space, and he makes the catch. And that is going to do it as Mune is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here. No runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 5 complete innings. And as we like to call it, this is going to be the Japanese halftime. We're going to take the extended break here in just a few. We'll come on back and give you the rest of this one in just a bit. 6-0 is the lead. We'll go make ourselves a nice fresh cup of tea and leave you guys with these sounds from around the NPB.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously. with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
That's right, everybody. Be sure to check out our friend Steve Rademacher after the game. He'll keep you entertained with all kinds of wild and crazy things. We are just getting ourselves ready to come back here for the top of the sixth inning of play. It'll be the bottom third of the batting order coming up for the Tigers: Sato, Kanami, and Sakamoto, as they are going to be finishing off here. There looks like another pitching change here. I have to confirm it might be Shota Abbey who is into the ball game. But we'll have to get an update here. I think Higa's day is complete. But we'll get that for you here in just a moment once we confirm who the reliever is. You're just waiting here on a little bit of that information as well. As we are looking, they have the crowd in attendance at the Cochin Stadium. It is a full house from pretty much from first to third. That's a pretty good attendance. As they got the away feed there, we saw that they had it. I thought there'd be more of a crowd than that. I guess they didn't. It's not the full stadium. It looks like it's just first to third as they're watching the games together. Well, this is going to bring Sato to come to bat as he's going to be facing Kagita. It's actually Kagita on the hill. As the first pitch is delivered, it is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1 for Kogita. He is on a relief here, the third pitcher used tonight by the Oryx Buffaloes. So the parade to the bullpen is about to continue here for these ball clubs. The pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is no balls and 2 strikes to Sato. Sato is 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out both of his times he's come to the plate. As the right-hander here ready to go again as he rocks into the windup. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sato. Sato waggling the bat here, waiting on the offering from the right-hander. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses inside. Kagita thought he had him for strike 3 the way he reacted, but no, not so much luck there. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. And the count remains at 2-2. Just making a couple of little moves on our end over here, and hopefully we'll be able to stay up with you guys as well. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and Sato is retired. He's going to be gone for the 3rd time tonight via the strikeout. That's the first out here, 1 gone. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Seiya Kanami. Well, for Kanami, he is 0 for 2 tonight. As we get a chance here to get all the action here, as the right-hander Kagita kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Left-handed hitting shortstop waiting here on the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Right-hander wastes very little time as he gets the ball and he goes back to work. He rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It is going to be lifted foul down the left field line. Count now goes to 1-2 on Kanami. So we figure we'll try a different setup here to try to give you guys the action here, as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kanami. Again, Kagita rocking into the windup. Now he kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on, taps softly over to the right side of the infield, fielded by the first baseman Tongu. He throws it to the pitcher covering, but it goes wide of the base. I don't know if that's going to go down as an error or not. I think that would have been a tough play for Tongu. Oh, that's pretty harsh. They rule that as an error. I don't even know if they make the play if they do get the batter runner here. But that is going to retire, or it's going to keep Kanami safe over at first. They're going to go in the books as an E3. I want to get another look at that one, but that's pretty harsh. That's going to bring up the catcher, Seishiro Sakamoto. And for Sakamoto, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single, he scored a run, and he is struck out looking in his 2 trips to the plate. And he looks like he's already squaring to bunt here, so we'll see how this is going to work out. Here comes the offering now from Kagita. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. It is a fastball bunted right back to the pitcher. Fields it, he throws to first. That's going to go in the books as a sacrifice, 1-4, as it was the second baseman Gonzalez covering. He's gone for out number 2 is Sakamoto. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Koji Chikamoto. But Kanami has been advanced into scoring position at second base. Well, that's going to bring up Chikamoto, who is 2 for 3 in this one. He's got 2 singles and he has struck out once. He is 13 for 38 in the playoffs. But he's batting .444 in the Japan series. So the right-hander Kagita leans in and he gets his sign from his catcher. Well, wonder how long this was going to be able to hold up here as we have our feed running here. And of course, it slides out a little bit, but we still have it running, so that's pretty good. So Chikamoto ready to get into the batter's box here. Right-hander Kagita gets his sign from his catcher Mori. The runner at second base, Kanami. As now he nods in agreement with Mori's signal, and he works himself to the belt. And here comes the pitch. Just when you think you've got something reliable again, not so much. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded through the 4-hole into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate, and stopping at third is going to be the base runner, Kanami. That ball wasn't hit deep enough, but Chikamoto's got his 3rd hit of the ball game. Another single again here. That puts runners on the corners, and it's going to bring up Nakano to the plate. Oh, the Tiger fans are feeling it now. You got to think they've only got 12 more outs to get. If they can get the final 12 outs in this one and bring home a victory, then it'll be the first time since 1985 that they can lift a trophy. We're trying to make sure that we're getting ourselves a reliable, somewhat reliable feed. Not sure if any of this is working at any point in time. So that is going to bring up Machado to the plate. And Decano here tonight in this one is 0 for 2. He's got a fielder's choice. He has flown to center and he's had a sacrifice bunt. As the right-hander works himself to the set position, here comes the pitch. That's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we said, it is not exactly the best feed, that is for sure, as they have panned back over again to the ball game that is going on in, or at least the fans that are at the Cochin Stadium. And the count goes even to 1-1 on Decano. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I apologize for the continuity because everything is just so inconsistent. It's so disappointing. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This is grounded over to second. Fielded neatly by Gonzalez. He flips the first, and that is going to do it. That is going to end the inning. It's a ground out 4-3 for out number 3. As Decano is gone, middle of the inning break. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was an error. There were 2 runners left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. Your score is 6-0 for the Tigers. We'll be back here in just a couple of moments. We appreciate you guys for being there. KFC alert, hide your Colonel Sanders statues. That is for sure. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Let's hope that 6th inning doesn't have to continue on like that again as we go to the bottom of the 6th here. It is going to be Kobayashi, Mori, and Tongu to come to the plate. And there is going to be a left-hander on the mound here as the Tigers have gone to the bullpen. This is going to be number 27, Masashi Ito, on in relief. As the right-handed hitting Kobayashi waits here, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Ito, the third pitcher used tonight by the Tigers. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses down. And I have to say this, if the Tigers do win, we were hoping for a closer ball game here tonight, or at least I was from my own entertainment standpoint. That would have been a far more interesting game than a blowout, as that fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Rhodes Scholar says, we appreciate the call. Glitchy or not, yeah. That's the way it goes sometimes. It's unfortunate. Our friend Crimson Shadow in the house as well. We appreciate you for jumping in again. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count now goes to 2-2 on Kobayashi. The Buffaloes need base runners. And on top of that, beyond base runners, they also need to be able to cash in some runs. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Kobayashi down on strikes. He's gone for the first out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. Yeah, it's not been easy, that is for sure. Also appreciate all our friends from down under jumping in tonight. A lot of folks from Australia listening in, and we're pleased to have you with us. really surprised at the number of folks from down under that have queued in over the last couple of months, but we're always pleased to have the folks from down there. There's a fastball swung on, grounded over to first. Oyama fields it. He's going to take it himself. That's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the first baseman, Yuma Tongu. I've never met an Australian I didn't like. I've had an opportunity when I was traveling. I've been in Europe a number of times, and certainly in London, England, and when I was in Spain and different parts. The Aussies are fun to be around. That is for certain. Got a great spirit about them, and it is always a good time. So here comes the first offering to Yuma Tongu. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is line foul down the left field line. Slack Boy says he's pleased to be here. Well, we're glad to have you here. 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Tongu. MD Mob says, "G'day, mate." Banjo says the games are on at a somewhat reasonable time. Yeah, that's probably true. Not too far away from it, you folks, in terms of the timing schedule, as that breaking ball misses outside. The count is now 2-1. Home plate umpire has a camera on his head or on his mask for this one. Almost looks like a GoPro, and it looks like, for whatever reason, this is a little bit higher up the ladder than most. So 2 balls and 1 strike here to Tongu. 2 gone in the bottom of the 6th inning. As the lefty delivers, it is a breaking ball that misses down. It's going to be 3-1. Our friend 3000 Tape says, all good, and we appreciate the calls, and we appreciate, I said before, for you folks being here. Angus says the ABL will start soon. So excited for that. I've been on a few times where I've checked out some of the Australian stuff. There's a belted foul. Reached the seats way down the left field line. Count now goes to 3-2 on Tongu. Chris says the big part of the appeal here in Britain is they're closing in on midday now. Yeah, and especially on a Sunday afternoon. As here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the lefty delivers, there's a fastball swung on. It's lifted into straightaway center field. Moving back onto the warning track and making it over the shoulder catch is Chikamoto, and that is going to retire Tongu for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Buffaloes in their half of the 6th. They had no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 6 complete. Your score is the Tigers 6, the Buffaloes no score. Hang around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. It's time for me to get up and go finish off the rest of that tea I was trying to make. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys once again for being here with us tonight. Here is our friend Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out what is in his fridge, because there are people here that want to know.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, hey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys for being with us. The top of the 7th inning, it's going to be Morishita, Oyama, and Noisy to come to bat. We're going to get a confirmation if there has been a pitching change or if Kogita will continue on, but it does look like it is going to be Yuki Utagawa on in relief, as the first pitch is a fastball that pours in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Utagawa did not pitch in Game 6, but I believe he went 3 consecutive games at the Goshen Stadium, which I found that to be very interesting. There was a fastball that the batter, Morishita, now 0-2. Morishita 2 for 3. He's got a single, a double, and RBI, and he has struck out tonight. So 2 for 3. Our friend Lee in the house here says, much aloha to everybody. And go Tigers, Red Sox of the Red Sox of Japan. Yeah, maybe the Red Sox of Japan or maybe the Cubs of Japan, depending on who you ask. As they are looking to get themselves a Japan series. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is taken on one hop by the shortstop, Kobayashi. He fires across the diamond, and that is going to retire Morishita on a ground out 6-3. He's in the books for out number 1, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Yosuke Oyama. Our friend Chris said, love the bonus Monday games throughout the year. Just what you need when settling back into a working week. Yeah, you know, some of the stuff that we've done, it's, for me, at my perspective, and we were asked last night, a couple of the fellows that were in the stream were asking when we were, how we stream or how we pick the games to call. There's a fastball that misses down, and it's 1-0 to Oyama. And basically, we were talking about, obviously, number 1, I choose the Pacific League. Number 2 is I look for the pitching matchups. And number 3, I look for the 10 o'clock Pacific games or the 9 o'clock Pacific games in North America. And then, of course, my own schedule is there's a fastball that misses down. The count now goes to 2-0 on Oyama. I'm usually able to, because of my work schedule, it's hard to do the major league games. I could do the daytime games if I was doing some stuff. We didn't do a lot this year. But basically, the late night games we can tie in because I've got a schedule that allows me to do it. I don't have to be anywhere till 4 or 5 in the afternoon. As that fastball is swung on, lifted into straightaway center field. Camping out underneath it and making the catch is Nakagawa. That's going to retire Oyama for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here in the 7th, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Sheldon Noisy. And it's been a noisy night tonight for Sheldon. He is 2 for 3. He's got a homer and 4 RBIs. 9 for 36 now in the Japan series with 2 homers and 5 runs driven in. Not just in the Japan series, but in the playoffs. And here comes the pitch. It is a slow breaking ball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Noisy. I bet my life says the Tigers' curse is over. Well, it's never over till it's over, but it's sure looking like it could be over here soon. Fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left field. Moving back onto the warning track and making the catch is Fukuda. Oh, Noisy sent it for a ride, but not deep enough this time. He's going to be gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And the Tigers go quietly in their half of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. Our score is the Tigers 6 and the Buffaloes no score. We'll be back here in just a few. Our friend Lamanu Soda 1 says, make some Noisy. Not on that at bat, but close enough. We'll be back here in just a few. Appreciate you guys for being here. Six 0 the score line, and it looks like we still have Ito in the ball game. We'll be back here in just a couple moments for all the action when we return right after this. Hang tight, everybody.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. We're ready to bring this one back here again. We appreciate Raman Chan in the house here. As everybody is here tonight, it is going to be Marwin Gonzalez coming to bat, followed by Yataro Sugimoto and Tomoya Noguchi. And the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1 to Gonzalez. Gonzalez batting from the right side here tonight for the first time against the lefty Ito. He was on for his second inning of work. He made a very quick sixth inning of the three Buffalo hitters that he had to face, and he's here to face the Buffaloes here as there's a breaking ball swung on and missed. Count is 0-2 to Gonzalez. Osbold in the house tonight. Says great coverage. Well, it's been a struggle tonight, I have to admit. It's not been easy. We have had some nights where it's been really smooth and clear, and other nights where it has been choppy. And like doing the hurdles blindfold, there's a breaking ball waved at and missed. And Gonzalez is down on strikes for the first out of the inning. One gone here. And that is going to bring up, scheduled to bring up the designated hitter, Yataro Sugimoto. Well, the Buffaloes need instant runs here. They are down to their final 7 outs, or check that, 8 outs. As Ito ready to go again. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and into Sugimoto. Sugimoto 0 for 2 tonight. He has popped out and he has struck out. 7 for 20 in the playoffs, batting .350. As the lefty kicks and fires, it is a fastball swung on. It is popped up over on the first base side. Camping out underneath it is Sakamoto. He's there to make the catch. That's going to retire Sugimoto for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Tomoya Noguchi. Well, for Noguchi, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also flown out to right field. 5 for 14 in the playoffs. He has been very reliable. So since Ito has come into the game, he's retired all 5 batters he has faced here. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Noguchi has had a decent playoff in a limited role. There's a fastball that count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Just as a reminder, we are going to be running a podcast starting a week from today. So be sure to bookmark the channel as we are going to be doing the Japan Baseball Report each week. Fastball swung on, grounded over to third, fielded neatly by Sato, throws to first. And that is going to retire Noguchi on a ground out 5-3. And that will do it here for the third out of the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Your score as we move to the top of the 8th inning. It is a 6-0 ball game for the Tigers. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight. We'll be back here in just a few. Hang tight. It is the deep water of the ball game as we're moving to the 8th inning.
Hello? Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game, really exciting, lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
6-0 ball game, everybody. We'll be back in 30 with all the action. Hang tight. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us here tonight. Welcome back, everybody. We have another pitching change for the Buffaloes. It is going to be number 63 entering the ball game, and that would be Sachiro Yamazaki. He had a rough ball game the other night at the Koshin Stadium. Of course, part of that, I don't know if I necessarily blame on Yamazaki, as it was a bit of a interesting piece as one of his fielders had got the inning started with an error, and there's a first pitch fastball that misses outside for ball one, and the count is 1-0. It was Ryo Adachi's ground ball that he had thrown. Itohara on to pinch hit here for Haraguchi. So Kento Itohara here as he takes a pitch for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike it is. There is a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. Our friend Fabian in the house here tonight. We appreciate you listening from France. We thank you for being here with us as always. As his gardening works are finished, there is a fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the left field line. Count is 2-2. Crimson Shadow says he saw his Tigers in Detroit traded for Mark Canha today. Mark Canha had himself a very good season this year for both the Mets and the Brewers, as that breaking ball misses upstairs. And the count goes now to 3-2. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what Scott Harris and the general manager over there, the new general manager, the former hockey assistant GM, have plans for this offseason. There's a fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by Kobayashi, throws to first. Oh, what a nice play by the shortstop. Kobayashi flashing the leather. He's been all over the park on the left side. It's not because of his fault that they are down 6-0 in this ball game. That is for certain. Nice play. So ground out 6-3 for out number 1. Friend Doug McLean says, listening from Tasmania. Thanks for the broadcast, and we thank you for jumping in here. Raman Chan said, yeah, he did great work for the Mets. He had a good year this year. Former Oakland Athletic. Undrafted player says Canha did his TTM request for him. That's pretty cool to hear as well. There's a fastball swung on it, is popped up over on the right side. Camping out underneath it is Gonzalez. He's there to make the catch, and that's going to retire Sato for the second out of the inning. Our friend undrafted player, you should send to Eric Fox. He's the fellow who jumps in on some of the stuff. He does TTMs. I understand he's got a pretty good score. I was talking to him about it when he was up here last time. He was telling me that he gets probably about 8 to 10 per week. And he tries to do it. Just make sure that you've got the proper address. He did move. So I'm not sure the address that you've got. There's a fastball that misses down, and then the count is 1-0. But he does sign, and it'd be kind of cool. He was, of course, with the Oakland Athletics during the Ricky Henderson Dave Henderson, Jose Canseco era, actually Ruben Sierra area. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into left field for a base hit. And Kanami is aboard with his first hit tonight. He was aboard before as he had reached on an error. But the hot-hitting Kanami continues. He is now 14 for 35 in the playoffs. Our friend Crimson Shadow says Detroit needs a third baseman really bad unless Andre Lipsius is going to be the guy. Nope, he's not going to be the guy. I think they saw enough to make that decision in the fall last year. But they definitely need somebody at third. I don't know how Young performed in the Arizona League. There was talk about him going over to third. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Sakamoto. Sakamoto, 1 for 2 tonight, got a single and 2 trips. He's struck out and had a sacrifice bunt. He takes a breaking ball for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Raman Chan says, hoping that Yamamoto will sign with Senga this year. Yeah, that would be a good fit for the Mets as the 0-2 pitch is ready to come here. And there's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-2. CV said, I missed who you're talking about. We're talking about Eric Fox, who does our little skit for us on the commercial here. He signs regular. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Sakamoto goes in the books for out number 3, and that is going to do it here in the 8th inning for the Tigers. Well, the Buffaloes have got 6 outs to try to figure something out. Ito looks like he's coming back in for another inning. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th. Your score is the Tigers 6, the Buffaloes no score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the 8th inning when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We've got ourselves a 6-0 game. We'll be back here in just a few. We appreciate you guys for being here with us and hanging with us tonight as we've had our ups and downs with the internet as well as the streams. But we wouldn't want to have it any other way. We'll be back here in just a few with all the action. Hang tight. We'll be right there again. Our friend Chris is putting the cart ahead of the horse. He's already thinking about the possibility of Yamamoto and maybe Senga next year in London, England. You're probably going to get David Peterson and Jose Quintana with a little extra Sean Reed Foley tossed in there. So I'm not so sure. I'm convinced that that's what you're going to see, but it would be a pretty good thing if you could. The first pitch delivered from Ito is a breaking ball that misses outside to Fukuda, and the count is 1-0. Fukuda inserted into the lineup tonight is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles and his 2 trips to the plate as he takes a fastball upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Fukuda, Nakagawa, and Mune, the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order to come to bat here in the 8th inning. Fukuda is 3 for 8 in the playoffs. And of course, he had the double in the last game. There's a fastball ticket for a called strike. The count now goes to 2-1. A lot of long faces in the Buffalo dugout. Not very happy, you can see. But I have to tell you, I've yet to see a team win a game that hasn't scored a run, and they haven't been able to get anything here tonight. It's that fastball swung on and fouled away. Counts 2-2. The Tiger pitching, you have to tip your hat to them. They have done very well tonight. It hasn't been, can't really be upset at the Buffalo pitching, as I say, when you haven't scored any runs. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Fukuda picks up his third hit of the night. He's got himself a single. So tip your hat to Nakajima on that one, as he's been able to pick the right spot. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Nakagawa. So maybe the Buffaloes aren't dead yet. Nakagawa comes to the bat. He is 0 for 3. He's grounded out, and he has flown out to left field twice, as he is ready to face the lefty Ito here for the first time tonight. Ito has been spectacular. That was the first hit that he's allowed in his 2+ innings. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Nakagawa. As the lefty delivers, there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1. Our friend Crimson Shadow says, is there any Tigers that could make the MLB Hanshin Tigers? Well, the player that I like that fills out the uniform, that checks a lot of boxes, is the third baseman Sato. As there is a breaking ball that misses, and the count now goes to 1-1. But the more I watch him play, the more erratic I find him at the plate in terms of his plate discipline. Check that. There's 2 balls and 1 strike here to Nakagawa. I think I missed a ball somewhere. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses up, and it's now 3-1. Sato looks all the part. He was playing a lot of right field last year. Of course, now with Morishita there, he's pretty much played exclusively at third base. I like Chikamoto, but I just don't know if Chikamoto would be able to make the jump. Chikamoto looks like a poor man's Nori Aoki. Fastball swung on, grounded over back to the pitcher. They go to second for 1, back to first. And that's going to be a double play. It's going to go as a 1-6-3 double play. And that is going to retire Fukuda at second for the first out, and Nakagawa, of course, on the back end. And that's going to leave it up to the third baseman, Yumamune. So that's the one I'm thinking of, is probably that would be the Tiger player, as noisy. And of course, Morishita, I'm not so sure about Morishita. This is his rookie year, so I'd like to see a little bit more from him in right field. I don't think any of the middle infielders are attracted. And Oyama's on the old side. There's a fastball swung on, grounded to second, fielded neatly by Nakano. He throws to first, and the Buffaloes go quietly here in the 8th. That's a ground out 4-3. Mune gone for out number 3, and that will do it here. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now through 8 complete. Your score is the Tigers 6 and the Buffaloes no score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few, and we'll be back for the 9th inning in this one. got ourselves a 6-0 game. We'll be back in just two. We appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us. It is going to be the Tigers coming to bat when we return. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top. I got to tell you this much. We can't wait for this one to be finished because we are definitely struggling with the feeds tonight. It is going to be the top of the order to come to bat. It'll be Koji Chikamoto, Takuma Nakano, and Shota Morishita. As we are just checking in here to see what the arm is on the mound now for the Buffaloes. They do have a pitching change, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses down and in. They do have the right-hander. This is the first time I believe we've seen number 95 in a while. This is Koihei Ozuma. I remember seeing him, I think, early in the series, but nothing since then. So Ozuma on the mound here. And the pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Chikamoto. Chikamoto, Nakano, and Morishita here, the top part of the batting order. Face the right-hander, and there's the fastball swung on and fouled away. It counts 1-2. Chikamoto is 3 for 4 tonight. All of his hits have been singles. We had to bounce away a little bit from the chat. If the Buffaloes won this 7th game, it will be the biggest comeback in the 7th series game. Absolutely. Fastball misses in, and the count now goes to 2-2. Our friend Chris says, in the words of Matt Hollis, big up all these guys in the chat for helping make these streams such a fun watch along with us throughout the year. That is true. We missed out on Alexander Leggett tonight. He's been a big part of the streams. Also shotgun shelled throughout the early part of the year. Haven't seen William around in a bit. We know that they are around. Of course, Rhodes Scholar here tonight and everybody else. Living room. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to first. Fielded by Tongu. He flips it to the pitcher covering, and it's not going to be in time to get this speedy Chikamoto. That's going to be an infield hit. It's his 4th hit of the game. We're going to get a look at the replay on this one here. Nice job by Tongu to have to get it. Flipped it to the pitcher covering, and it looked like Azuma got his timing of his feet tangled up in the speedy Chikamoto. Able to get there. Maybe they'll have a look at this one. I don't know. At first I thought he was safe, but then I look at the replay and I thought, well, maybe that's worth challenging. But I don't know if they're going to do that or not here. And again, we said before that we'll see what they have here. They're playing in behind the runner at first. Not holding him on the bag, so I wonder if he's going to take second here. Here's the pitch. Fastball, take it for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Had a lot of good people in the stream this year, and as I said, we really appreciate everybody who has listened in with us. The 3rd year running that we have been doing the NPB stuff, and we're just having fun with it. I'm watching it anyway, so why not watch it with a bunch of you guys? There's a fastball swung on, grounded to second. Gonzalez fields it. His only play is going to be to first. That's going to erase Nakano. He's going to be gone on a ground out 4-3. Advancing over to second is Chikamoto. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Shota Morishita. And at the same time, too, when we are sitting here watching it, it's the interaction with everybody else too. It's good fun to have people who are interested in the baseball, and we have different levels of fans that are watching. There's some people who like to come in and gamble on the games, and that's okay. There's some people that come in are just watching the stuff here as well. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now is 1 ball and no strikes. John Smith, appreciate you too. Feed has been an absolute gong show tonight. I can tell you that much. And the pitch on the way, it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. J.S. Laurie in here as well. We appreciate you as well. And it is a niche audience, that is for sure. You don't get a lot of English-speaking folks that do like the Japanese league, but you get enough to be able to fill our needs, and that's how it works. There's a fastball swung on. This ball's lined into center field. It's going to get down. It drops in. Rounding third and heading home is Chikamoto, and he's going to cash in the 7th run of the game. An RBI single here by Morishita. And that is going to increase the scoreline to 7-0. And we have to say, if the nails aren't all rammed into the coffin yet of the Buffaloes, the jackhammer is out to pound them in even further. Undrafted player says he's here practicing his English. Yes, that's correct. A friend Anthony listening from Guam, his NPB team is the Swallows, but a good friend of his is the Tigers. Got him into the NPB. Well, we're glad that you're listening in, Anthony. We appreciate you as well. And we've got Gapik listening in from Osaka. Him and his classmates are so excited for this game. That's awesome. And here comes the offering now to Oyama as he delivers a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. I stayed in Shinsaibashi when I was in Osaka. And when I went to the games at the Kyocera Dome, I literally just walked back to where I was staying. It was about maybe 2 miles, 3 kilometers away, 3.5. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. Our friend J.S. Laurie says, wow, Tigers, once I started following the NPB in 2019, they've really come around. Now, the Tigers have been in the doldrums. It'll be a huge sigh of relief for their fans, that is for certain. And here comes the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. Breaking ball swung on, popped up down the left field line. Giving chase is the shortstop shortstop Kirbyhashi. Mooney as well. Kirbyhashi with great heads-up play, makes the catch and just fires it back into second base to hold the runner. He and Mooney had collided a little bit. Mooney got right over, and then he started to back up, and Kirbyhashi made the play. Oyama retired here again, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Sheldon Noisy. Gapik says we're listening from the Dontamburi River right now. Yeah, that is pretty good. Make sure you get some takoyaki for me. Eric Bowman says he's waking up in Chicago to a Tigers lead in the 9th. It's a good start to the week. Well, they just cashed in another one, a 7-0 lead they have here. There's a breaking ball swung on, grounded to short. Kirbyhashi fields it. He throws to Gonzalez at second. That's going to do it as Noisy bounced into the fielder's choice, erasing Morishita 6-4. Well, we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th, everybody. It is going to be either the greatest comeback in NPB history or the Tigers are going to close this one out here in just a couple moments. 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 9th inning, 7-0 scoreline. appreciate you guys for being here. We'll be back in just a couple moments to see if the Tigers can put this one on ice. Hang tight, guys. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the reliever, and it is going to be Takuma Kirishiki, who is coming into the ball game. The lefty is replacing Ito. So he is taking over here as the fourth pitcher used by the Tigers here tonight. He's going to be facing Kobayashi, Mori, and Tongu, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters in the batting order for the Buffaloes. 7, 12, and 0 for the Tigers tonight in their line score. 0, 5, and 1 tonight for the Buffaloes. And here comes the first offering as Kirishiki delivers a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0 to Kobayashi. Kobayashi 0 for 3 tonight, struck out twice and grounded to first his other time up. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on and missed. The count runs even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Chris says, watch out for the flying colonels. And CV says, thanks to all. Indeed it is. It was a great night again tonight here on the channel, and we do appreciate everybody here. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball missing in, and the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Kobayashi has flashed the leather all night defensively. Both he and Yumamune locked down the left side for the Buffaloes rather well. As the lefty works to the set position, and now Kirishiki delivers. Fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, a week from today, it'll be our first podcast, NPB podcast. There's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. The count is 2-2. So if you want the hot stove, the recaps, everything, be sure to come on back to the channel. We're going to start it off on YouTube Music, but we will get it up onto Spotify and wherever you also listen to your podcasts. At some point in time, we'll put up a mailbag that you guys can offer up some questions. We're going to have some interviews lined up as well through the off season as the 2-2 pitch is on the way. Fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. Young fella who was drafted last week, we are going to line ourselves up with an interview with, and we'll share that with you when it gets a little bit closer. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll also bring in some major league talent as well, as that fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2. To Kotaro Kobayashi. Not a lot to smile about in the Buffalo dugout, that is for certain, as they are down to their final outs here in the 9th inning. Three balls and 2 strikes here to Kobayashi as the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, and it's lifted foul down the right field line. Count remains at 3-2. As I went back up, our friend Undrafted Player says we could probably scout for major league teams. The problem is that I was just going to mention that there's a lot of layers of scouting with the major league teams. There's the pro scouting, which is by watching this. There's the amateur scouting. And then there's also the scouting of the professional minor leagues. Lots of different layers to the scouting. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit through the 4-hole into right field. That ball had eyes. Kirby is aboard with a leadoff single here in the 9th inning. Gapik is laughing. He says, "Hope they brought the towel." I don't know if I'd want to be jumping into the Dontuburi River. When I was down there, I was out for the walk, and I was walking along, and there was a couple that were seated down just off of the water, and they were nibbling on some food and whatever else. And I had to say, one of the biggest rats I've ever seen was scurrying around down there by the water, and I'm like, oof, not sure I want to be diving into that at any time. Kirby establishes his lead at first. Oyama's not holding him. He's sunk in behind him a little bit. As the offering here is ready to come to Tomoya Mori, and the pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Mori 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded out to first twice, and he has struck out. He is 10 for 42 in the series. Crimson Shadow says, don't they have the river fenced off because of the Tiger fans? Interesting. I'd be interested to know about that. Somehow I just don't think it'll stop them. Fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1 or 2-0. Where there's a will, there's a way. But I certainly wouldn't want to be jumping into that water. That is for certain. 2 balls and no strikes. As the lefty delivers, fastball swung on, chopped over to second. They go to second for 1, back to first. Double play. That is going to be of the 4-6-3 variety. Tomoya Mori grounds into the 4-6-3, and he has gone for the second out as it erases Kirby for out number 1. And what do we have here as Okada has come out of the dugout? As the home plate umpire had come over to have a word with him, that is going to bring up Yuma Tongu to the plate. I don't know if it's the end of the night for the lefty. It looks like that is going to be it. They're going to be bringing in not sure who they're going to bring in here to pitch. But it looks like we may have a pitching change here with 2 out in the 9th. And they are making a pitching change. And it is going to be number 13 coming into the ball game. And it is going to be the closer. So they are making the pitching changes. Iwasada is coming in to close this one out in his normal role. So he is coming in to replace Kirishiki. So this one here. So hang tight with us, everybody. We have a pitching change here on our hands with 2 gone in the 9th inning. We'll be right back in just a moment after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. It is a pitching change here for the Tigers. We'll get you that information when we come back in just a few.
Thank you, Freddie. And hey, guys, let's open up a 5-card pack of 2023 Topps Baseball. And remember, during this timeout, you can also go visit some other channels. Oh, look, Jeter Downs. Bleh. Diamond Princess. She's great. Oh, there's a cubby. Screw that. Hey, go check out the one and only Bud Stoney. Oh, here's one for another Hollis build. And you can stay anywhere you want to when you're around Freddie and the Seattle area. That's good for Mr. Enfuego. And you know what? Why don't we bring out one of the Oakland A's for a league of her own? Bingo! Thank you, Freddie. Pitchers look like they're ready. Let's play ball.
Here comes the first pitch from Iwasaki, delivers it to Tongu, and this ball is going to break up the shutout. That ball was absolutely obliterated. Yuma Tongu has taken Iwasaki yard on the first pitch he sees. And we've got ourselves a 7-1 ball game, so hold tight, everybody. Don't be jumping into that Dontamburi River quite yet. As he is circling the bases, Yuma Tongu, with his third homer of the playoffs, has now cut the lead to 7-1. So he has spoiled the party a little bit, does Tongu, as he celebrates with one of the stuffed animals that he gets. So 7-1's the score. That's going to bring up Marwin Gonzalez to the plate. For Gonzalez, he is 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out. He has popped to third and grounded to first. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is quickly 1-0 to him. So 1 ball and no strikes. Iwasaki ready to go again. The crowd has got their cameras out. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded softly over on the third base side. The count is 1-1. Our friend William Scott in the house here. He says 7 more to go. Time to light this closer up like the Clicquot man sign. Yes, the running man sign needs to be adjusted. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count goes to 1-2. Noah Schultz says 1 more out. Let's go Tigers. Absolutely it is. They are down to their final strike here are the Buffaloes, as it's a 1 ball and 2 strike Gonzalez. And the lefty Iwasaki ready to go again. Tigers are looking to claim the championship. Fastball swung on and lifted foul. Going to reach the seats over on the first base side. The count is 1-2. So back-to-back years, the Buffaloes have been to the Japan series, and they've only got 1 victory to show for it. Well, not quite yet, but this game here is pretty much all but in the cooler. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into center field for a base hit. And the Buffaloes continue to stay alive here as Marwin Gonzalez has got himself a 2-out single. That's going to bring up, or slated to bring up, the designated hitter, Yataro Sugimoto. Oh, they need runners, and they need a lot of runners here. Do the Buffaloes. Our friend 3000 Tape says it's been fun. Yes, it has. Been a great night for baseball here tonight. So Sugimoto coming to the plate. Of course, here we are at this time of the game. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Moving back underneath it is Noisy. He's there to make the catch, and that is going to do it. The Tigers are going to win this one here, as that is a final score of 7-1. 1 run, 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Congratulations to the Hanshin Tigers, as that is their first victory since 1985. We appreciate everybody here, and we will see you all again in the new season, says 3000 Tapes. Once again, your final score, 7-1. Hang around, everybody. We'll wrap it up in just a moment when we come back. Appreciate you guys for being here with us. Whether you listen live or on delay, it's always great to have you on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that soon. when I'm back on top in June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team, but I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game, and if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to wrap this one up for you here. We'll give it the roundup. The Tigers jumped out early and often in this one. They scored 3 runs in the 4th inning. With 1 out, it was a Shota Morishita single. Yosuke Oyama was hit by a pitch, and up stepped Sheldon Noisy, who blasted a 3-run shot into the left field seats to give the Tigers a 3-0 lead. In the 5th inning, the Tigers added 3 more to the lead. With 1 out, it was a Seishiro Sakamoto single. Koji Chikamoto then singled as well. Then Takuma Nakano bounced into a fielder's choice. Up stepped Shota Morishita, and he had a RBI double to cash in a run. And then it had an RBI single by Noisy that drove in another run that increased the score line to 6-0. And that was where we stayed until the top of the 9th inning, when Koji Chikamoto led off with a single after a Takuma Nakano groundout. Up stepped Shota Morishita, and he drove home Chikamoto with the 7th run of the ball game, and that's where it was until the bottom of the 9th inning with 2 out. And with 2 gone, it was a solo shot by Yuma Tongu with 2 gone to break the shutout up. And the final score in this one here was 7-1. Well, once again, everybody, we appreciate all of your support and everybody who has jumped in this year into our streams. We thank you guys, and hopefully we can make you guys entertained again next year when you guys come back. As we said, don't forget, we're going to start our podcasts a week from today. And if we are lucky, we can get it up a little bit earlier. So hopefully you folks can come on in and join us for some of that as well, as we're going to be doing the Japan Baseball Report on the weekly. From there, once the season is complete, we'll be back again next year. And so hopefully you guys will be back again for everybody else. Everybody who was here tonight, Chris, Background Extra, our friend God is great. All the Australians that made it in here tonight to make it great. Our friend Rhodes Scholar, not to mention our friends in France, like undrafted player, William Scott, and anybody else who I missed. We appreciate you guys once again for being here. It is time for some Kentucky Fried Chicken, as they would have it. Have a great night, everybody, and we will catch you again in the not-so-distant future, as the 2024 season is going to be around the corner before you know it. Have a great night, everybody.